We'll say it now because we're live.
Whoa, we are live. Welcome everybody to the benefit auction for Luke Stone and his family. Kind of funny because, well, not funny because earlier when we were live streaming, somebody sent me a message and said, I didn't know he passed. It was like, no, no, don't think that. Please don't put that out into the universe. He is fine, but the benefit auction is to help just get him over the hump. He's been in the hospital for a while. He's in rehab now, and so this is just to help uh just with anything, whether it's bills, whether it is just groceries or something like that, whatever. But it is something to kind of get them over the hump because obviously he hasn't been working, and the burden of taking care of the family has been on Beth. So this is to show some love and appreciation, hopefully fill their pockets with some funds so that they can do what they will. And on that note, we've got a special host tonight. I'm going to get out of the way after we play our intro. We'll be right back after this.
RAGIN.
Hey, Jody.
And I'm right here. I'm just waiting for the camera to come on. And welcome once again to the Art and Swag Benefit Show here. We have my assisting co-host here of Meredith and Nita, and we're here for a very special person tonight, and that is Luke Stone, the same Luke Stone that does Hybrid Sons of Gods. And the way that I feel about it is like he's also going to become kind of like a partner in crime dealing with his role-playing game for hybrids that he deals with on lockdown games here. It's like both of us are dealing with lockdown games, and we have compatible role-playing games coming out right about the same time, so we're going to piggyback off of one another. And the reason why we're doing this benefit is not because anything bad is happening. We're actually celebrating life.
Yes.
And the reason why we're celebrating life is because Luke has been through the whole gamut when it comes down to the COVID-19 virus here. He was in a coma for almost 2 months. He came through it, and now he's in rehab. And just thinking about being out of work for 2 months, the expenses of rehab and everything, we within the community want to do something special for him. And that's the reason why we're celebrating life in this aspect. So we have contributions from different artists that we want you to participate in. And I'm going to channel my best Bob Barker or Jim Perry or Peter Tomarkin. Now, here's the thing. If you could tell me what those three hosts have in common, it might be something extra in there for you. But before we get into that, we're going to, have a couple moments here just to talk about my background just for a second. I am the host from the Deso Small Press Publisher that you can see right here on YouTube on the Rising Tide Network every Saturday evening, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern. Sometimes make an appearance on Comic Book Spectral, and I do shows like this here with RAGIN and everything else where I'm needed here. So for this particular benefit, we got several items up for bid here. We got my co-hosts here are going to look at the tallies as we go through some of these items here. So if there's actual bids on it, we could let you know right then and there that what the actual current bid is, and you can start bidding from there. So without further ado, we're going to deal with some of the ones that have not been mentioned in the earlier morning show. Now, if you've been here for the one during the day that happened about 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern, you missed Rich Parada, you missed Daphne Lace, you missed J.D. Calderon, you missed Mario. I can't pronounce his last name.
Vasconcelos.
We know him as Marv. We know him as
Marv.
Marv as the Sin Killer. You missed all of them and all of their wares, and those items are up on the RAGINAVC.com website. You could go out there and bid for them right now. And if we have time, we will give you a little bit of an update on those items if you're really interested in it. But if you can, go back and rewatch that video. Everything will still be live until 11. Is it 11 p.m. today or tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight. So it's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So you have plenty of time to still bid for it. But our first item up for bid for this particular episode will be the bundle here that we have from, I believe this is Salvador Rage. So we have an original art and book bundle lot here. Now in this bundle, we got original artwork from Salvador Raga. It's going to be 11 by 17, and it's probably going to feature characters from his well-known comic as El Coyote. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not familiar with his work, but I can tell from the picture that we have here, it looks spectacular. So this 11 by 17 that you see right here, that I'm actually, if you can see the mouse pointing over it, that's a good piece of artwork to have in your collection as of right now. In addition to that, you get a book here, an anthology book called Nightmare World Volume 4, The Morning After. Pun, morning, as in sorrow, not day. But even with that being said here, it is actually signed by Dirk Manning, the author of it, and signed by Salvador Raga, and you get to see it right here. And then you get the Action Pack number 2, also signed by Salvador Raga, and it contains Action Pack stories here. And lastly, there's going to be a couple of prints by Rick Plata, and that is going to be Monsters, Unleash the Monsters, and this Awesome Dress Dread print right here. Now, the starting bid is $120. Now, everything. Let me tell you this. That art print, that original page right here, is actually worth that much. So you're going to get at least your money's worth out of this one here, starting at $120. Now, Meredith, has there been any bids on it as of right now?
I'm currently looking at it. We've had a couple of shares, but no one has bid on it yet.
Shame on people. Shame. Here's
the thing that I want to mention, okay? Anybody that wants an opportunity to bid on this, bidding does close at 11 p.m., but we will, for anything that doesn't move tonight or hasn't moved over the weekend, we will be reaching out to see if they are open to a second chance auction, which will be then posted on eBay. And again, after eBay costs and stuff like that, all proceeds will be going to Luke Stone and his family. And of course, the shipping will be taken care of where, I'll probably print out the shipping labels or on PDF and send it to the people who are taking care of shipping, or we'll be sending them funds as well. So everything is going to be documented, so you guys know exactly who's getting what. There will be tracking numbers for the people who have bought or won their auction. So we're all on the up and up. We're going to be very transparent about it. But yes, at this point in time, there is no bid on this bundle, and I'm going to give the mic back to you.
Okay, so to me, that's a scandalous shame, because it's worth the money right here and right there, just at that starting bid. Just because I know how much work went into that one original page here for that 11 by 17. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because a lot of times when people do charity auctions, they don't understand the value that's being brought forth by those who have donated here. The amount of product that's here in this bundle is worth way more than 120 here. Just the art piece by itself, just the one page by itself, is $120, let alone some of the other prints and art pieces that's original there. That's including the books here. So if you haven't, take the time to actually check out this lot right here from Salvador Raga and actually bid on it soon, because like Meredith said, you have until 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to actually bid on this particular item here. Now, with that being said here, we want to make certain that you guys are aware that this is a charity auction for Luke Stone here. Now, if you don't see any product that you may not like here, you always have an option to donate directly to the Stone family through a direct link on RAGINabc.com. So what you have to do is just go to RAGINabc.com. As soon as you get there, that first page shows the actual graphic that you see on the screen for the art and swag bag benefit auction. And as you scroll down to on the left hand, again, my left or my right, on the right hand side, you have a link that's there that says direct donation. You click on that, it takes you to where you could donate directly to the Stone family here.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have that option. However, we will prefer that you do partake in the products that are being offered. At least that way you will get something in return for your donation. That's the key thing here. Doing what is right for an individual who is in need here. And trust me, with being in a coma for too much and then dealing with people in rehab, this is the best thing to do for their family, to kind of help them out and help them get through everything as a whole here. So with that being stated here, we're going to go to our second item of the night here. And this is going to be artwork from Shade of Red. Now, there's two items that she have donated here, and we're going to go through one at a time here. The very first one is a watercolor mixed media art piece, and she did this one of Wonder Woman. The bid starts at $40. Normally at conventions, items like this starts normally at $60 plus. So you are getting a deal here with the starting bid of $40 here. Now let me go into it here. Now she is saying those are 3 from the Lost Pages, and the other one is a piece of Wonder Woman. So she kind of mix and match things together to get the overall piece here. She said it's a watercolor and mixed media. It is 12 by 18, so it is a very big piece. It's a frameable piece here. So with that being stated here, it is $40 US and free shipping within the United States, but worldwide shipping is available here. So that's the first item that she is offering up for bid here. Meredith, has anybody bidded on this mixed media piece?
Currently no bids on this one either.
So there's still opportunity here. Just like we said earlier, until 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, these items are up for bids, and you could bid at any given time here. Now, mind you, the way that bidding is person who has the highest bid on the item gets it. So like I stated before, starting bid is at $40. Most art prints like this at conventions normally go for $60. So you should be a-okay with the $40 donation here to get this piece here. And you never know. You might be able to get it for $40. You might have to pay a little bit more. But the thing about it is the money is going towards a good cause. And
I'd like to add that the shipping to the United States is included, so you do not have to worry about paying extra for shipping. If it's shipping outside of the United States, please contact us so that we can get you the proper postage, because unless it's specified, the auction winner is responsible for shipping costs. But a lot of people who've donated have said that they would take care of that.
Okay. Now, the next thing that Shade of Red has also put up was sketch cards. Now, in this lot, there's going to be 3 sketch cards. 3, count them 3. Now, they're going to be mixed media, just like the piece before. They're going to be the El Dorado, as she said, is inked and foil, and then there's going to be another one which is a silhouette inked and India ink, and Crimstone is ink and acrylic. Starting bid for the lot of 3 is $25. Now, mind you, these are custom sketch cards. These are pretty much kind of like a one in a lifetime art pieces. They're not reproducible. It's not like she just did it and just mass producing. These are the original sketch cards that she's did, and she's pretty much spelled out how they are laid out here. So it's starting at $25, free shipping anywhere in the United States, and worldwide shipping is available here. Mm-hmm. And do we have any bids for the three
currently no bids? We've got 4 shares from Little Bastard Promos, no bids yet. So please, you guys, if you are tuning in, make sure that you share this out and let people know that we've got a few more hours left to get cracking on these auctions.
Yeah, it looks like we got a few comments here, so I don't want to ignore our crowd that is mm-hmm. watching us. I want to say hi to Trish Bankston. She says, "Hi, ladies, and the handsome Joe." And then we got a Jason Doobie mm-hmm. saying, "Awesome." And then Trish comes back and say, "I'm sharing out all week and all weekend," and that is greatly appreciated here, Trish. And Trish, you said something over this last week that I'm going to also point out, and hopefully this message, because we're live right now, and if they're watching, most people know that Luke Stone has his own podcast, and he has several individuals that's on with his podcast. So if you are watching and you're part of that podcast, please drop in. We need to hear from you. The reason why we need to hear from you, because this is for your boy Luke Stone. We need to get the word out, or have you participate in some form or some fashion where we can make certain that the Stone family is taken care of as we go through this auction. So if you are listening to us, and if you're hearing us, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever channels that is being broadcast to us right now, please show up. Please come into the comments. Let us know that you're here. We might actually bring you on the show for you could give us actual testimony of what Luke, what Luke has done for you through that podcast. Because again, his podcast is pretty much like a hangout. He's tired. I have actually watched it several times, and it's more like a hangout. Even though they don't like the negativity that's out there, they might talk about a couple topics that seem controversial, but they pretty much do it just to hang out and to talk about comics, to bring everything back down and de-escalate things, because everything is not always hostile. And that podcast is something that he started from the very beginning. So that's pretty much where I stand as far as that. So if you are there and you're up under the sound of my voice, please come in to the chat. Let us know that you're watching. And if you want to come on in, we'll let you in, and you can help us out with the auction itself. And Trish saying, amen. If it's a friend, you are there during the good times and the bad. Exactly. I mean, again, you guys have been carrying on the podcast without him, which is a great thing, because it shouldn't have never stopped just because, he is not well. But at the same time, this is also the time for you to also step up as well. And then we got Marvy, the sin killer, here to say, greetings, sinners. Just came here to say hi before I go to bed. So Marvy, if you want to jump in real quick, just let us know. We'll shoot you the link here. If we have time, we'll go back to your art piece that you was working. Well, actually, you sent it over here, but you were working on something else as well. Another art piece earlier at the 2:00 one. And if you made some progress on it, we don't have a problem showing it. So if you want to do that, let us know. Meredith will shoot you a quick little link, and we'll go ahead and do so here.
Yep, just holler if you want to come on and say hello. And like Jody was saying, kind of give testimony. My own is that Luke Stone gave me my very first comic book credit. 2 pages in Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, the trade paperback. And I'm really proud of that piece. He did the art on it. I did the writing. SK did the lettering. And it's one of my favorites. I mean, it's amazing that we were able to come together as a team and make a 2-page story come to life.
And that's kind of like the key thing. And it's like, people don't realize how one person can impact so many different lives, whether it's through the stories that they tell or direct, intervention, like with you, Meredith. You actually worked together. He gave you that first comic book credit that you was looking for, and now look at where you're at right now. You're almost on the verge of having your own comic book series to come out and being published. So you never know. You never know one way or the other. So
just
with
jump
that
right
be,
in. Yeah, get that journey started.
Mhm.
It's I mean, we've interviewed quite a few people, you and me, Jody,
Mhm.
on our own shows and stuff. And I tell you what, I think comic book people might have a little bit of crazy because it's one of the hardest things I've ever done.
it's it's weird. I can say
Just
it's
a little
weird.
crazy, Nita.
Yeah, Nita's doing her thing. It's like she's there to nod and smile. Yeah.
I was just
It's
thinking
just
she said a little crazy.
a little
I have met
crazy.
more crazy in comic book people than anything else in my entire life. And I grew up in a mental institution. What up, motherfucker?
Oh boy, that
TMI,
that's
TMI.
not
Favorite
that's
were
not
actually just
TMI. It's like that's just like wow, that's interesting. Comic book people are crazier than a mental institution. Facts. Hashtag facts.
Hashtag facts, buddy.
On that note, let's get on to our fourth item up for bids. And Meredith, I will need a little bit of help on this one because I am not too familiar with R.J. Carter. Now, what R.J. Carter has submitted in is a novel which is called Alice Journeys Beyond the Moon here. Now,
I bet
it has been.
well, I'm just gonna jump in here really quickly because I bet you're more familiar with him than you thought. You
Mhm.
just didn't know. This is RJ from Critical Blast,
Oh, okay.
right? Crazy. Who knew
Yes.
he wrote?
Well, I knew RJ wrote, but I didn't think he wrote prose.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it's like when I see her RJ Carr, it's like, okay, this is a prose book. Not familiar with it, but
He's got an Amazon page with like a ton of books on it. I was like, this is our RJ
and he
from
was here
Critical Blast?
Yeah,
earlier.
I know. When I saw the link, I was like, holy crap, man. I didn't realize he did
Yeah.
so much. That's pretty
Yep.
awesome. Learn something
And
new
he
every
was
day,
here
man.
earlier. Wasn't he during the 2 o'clock show here?
He was in the chat during that, but yeah. So this is Alice's Journey Beyond the Moon, and it is a children's book. So probably around the age of 6 to 8, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
give or take. Depending on your reader. And so it's illustrated by Lucy Wright, and yeah, start bid is at $10, which
And
would be
then
a great stocking stuffer or something under the tree for your young reader.
and any bids as of yet? You are muted again.
I'm taking a look right now. There are no bids. We've got a couple of shares, and we appreciate everybody who does share. But again, if you've got a young reader, make sure that you head over here and take a look. Alice's Journey Beyond the Moon is for young readers or people who love, who are young at heart and love those kinds of stories. Get over there and give it a little bit of love. No bids at this time.
And I'm going to take a moment to say hi, Facebook user. We don't get to see
Declare
who you
yourself
are
free.
because of the stupid I shouldn't call it stupid, because of the app that goes along with StreamYard for Facebook. If you don't allow Facebook to share that information, it always come up Facebook user. So we don't know who you are as of yet. So if you want to, you could go ahead and allow StreamYard to share that information, or you could tell us in the chat, hey, this is such and such. I'm here, yada 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 here. And there again, my friend Nicholas Tockert, aka Metatiman, is finally here in the auction here. The connection between Nick Tockert and Luke Stone is the thing that I mentioned earlier, which is the Hybrids role-playing game. Nick Tockert is part of Lockdown Games and was responsible for the engine that is used for Hybrids.
Did you say that you were working on an RPG as well?
Yes.
My goodness. Hey, Nick, talk. Kurt, if you want
Yes,
to come in
and
for a couple of minutes.
that's the connection. That's the connection between all three of us, between myself, Nick Tockard, and Luke Stone.
Very cool. Yeah, Nick, if you want to come in for a couple minutes just to say hello, let me
Yeah,
know.
just to
And I
say
will
hello and
go
give a
ahead.
testimony about working with Luke Stone and everything, and why it's so important for people to donate to this auction. It'd be greatly appreciated. But I'm happy that you dropped by, and it's like it just happened to happen. You know that the Mentity Man, Master of Marketing, happened to drop by.
Very cool.
Yes. And we got Trish, and Trish is saying, Joe, hubby just hollered when he loved the way that he want to play test it. Okay. We're almost done with mine. I gotta finish up the module, the very first module of the game, because the way that it works out is that we're doing like one big thick book that will encompass the rules. It will also come with character sheets, and it also come with the first adventure to help new people do the game mastering of it. And that first module is actually based upon the comic books that we do, which is going to be as kind of like a pseudo takeoff of AWF issue number 3.
So let me ask, do you have any previews into any of this that you can share with us tonight?
Oh, we have to get to the other auction item, and you're going to see some previews, and I'm going to let you in on a few other things, but it's not about me, it's about Luke. So if we talk about anything role-playing wise, we have to talk about hybrids. Now, this is just the quick play guide that was in his Kickstarter / Indiegogo. There's going to be another full-fledged release of the role-playing game coming out by Lockdown Games, if I'm correct, Nicholas. And as soon as Luke gets better, that's going to be released, and we're trying to time it just right, where my role-playing game and his role-playing game get released right about the same time.
Very cool.
Yes, Nick wants in. That's what he just said.
Oh, sweet. All right, I'll send you the link.
So
Nick.
now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Nicholas Tockard, the proprietor of Lockdown Games, coming in, and he's going to give a few words here. So this is going to be excellent.
It's on the way. There you go.
So you should have it in a few seconds here. And as soon as you pop up, you're going to have the floor here. But getting back to Alice Journey Beyond the Moon here, it is a children's book. It has been reviewed on Amazon. It's only a $10. Think about, all the gifts that you could give a little kid. Why don't you give the gift of imagination? And that's the cool thing about this particular auction. And trust me, children's books now are getting more and more expensive. And on top of that, it is 98 pages. It's not something that they could breeze through in 5 minutes. This is going to be anywhere between a 30-minute to an hour read. So it'll be a worthwhile investment in some child's library to get this book here. So I would suggest that you go ahead and bid on this book. It's only $10. Think about it. A $10 Christmas present. There's not too many out there for a child nowadays, especially the way that technology is. It's like most things that most kids want. It's like Roblox, and it's like you take a look at Roblox. That's a $40 thing, and there he is, folks. The Mentity Man, Master of Marketing, the proprietor of Lockdown Games, and now he turned the camera away from him. The proprietor of Lockdown Games, the master of the Fencing Guild, Nicholas Tockard.
Hold on.
No, Mike did. You had it a second ago.
There?
Yep, now you're there.
We can hear you now.
I actually was in the middle of trying to redo my entire study when this came up. So my computer was unplugged, everything was in pieces. So it's been a complete disaster. Folks, let's talk about something. We need to talk about both who Luke Stone is as an individual and what he's going through. Okay, first off, all of us here are creators, all right? We've worked for decades to hone the physical aspects of what we do. I'm an artist, I'm a sword master, I'm a lot of things. It's taken me decades of hard work to build the fine muscle control to be able to express my dreams. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because the condition that Luke Stone is in right now needs to be discussed. This man who has he's a man of faith. He has given of himself to serve the community, to serve others, to serve his God. Whatever you feel on that personally, the amount of devotion and sacrifice is a rare and beautiful thing. But he also is one of the most talented artists I've ever had the privilege to know. And because of COVID, because of the injuries and the atrophy, he can't sit up unsupported. For right now, the major uh, triumph of physical therapy that he's gone through is that he can swallow ice chips and almost legibly sign his name. I know this is a bit of a downer. A lot of people expect me to come, hi, I'm Nick Tucker, with my usual spiel. But this one is a bit more important than my persona. It's so important, I stopped taking contracts. We were in the process of setting up games, and he went down a week or two after I did finish up the work for Joe, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, I will not move forward with these games until I can understand Luke's status. So, because I am not a wealthy man, I would give all the money I have. I currently, because of my condition, can't work. I take care of a special needs son. But what I do have is a voice that is memorable and obnoxious and it gets stuck in people's ears, and I am relentless. And this man has given so much that this outpouring of incredible creatives are coming together as one of our own. Because let's be honest, there's not a one of us who doesn't have the nightmare of the loss of what we do. A year ago, I went through a neurological problem where I lost the ability to write, draw, move unaided, and I actually could barely feed myself. So I'm coming at this very fresh from a year of physical therapy from a condition not nearly in Luke's, where I understand, I think, a percentage of what it's taking him and what it's taking his family. Now, there's one thing I have seen that I am damned proud, and I don't swear lightly or easily. The people involved with Rising Tide, the people involved with some of the other independent creators that are all sort of meshed together here are the finest, most giving, most creative, most passionate individuals that are out there. And we today have an opportunity. Okay, we all have come from 2020 feeling powerless and weakened by the world moving in a way where darkness seems to have conquered everyone. It seems like the bad guys always win. This right here is a chance for you folks to actually hold a light against the darkness, not just for Luke, not just for his family, but for the individuals who come together and enjoy comics, for the people who dare to create in spite of the huge machines of mainstream telling us, no, you have to submit to us. You have to go through our systems. You have to go through our. No, because Luke stood up like a valiant light in the darkness. And it is time for you and me and everybody to do everything you can with the tool set that God or whatever you choose to believe in, he, she, it, they, I don't care, has given to bring forth some more good. Because not only are you going to help, because you're going to help a family. You're going to help a man who's given everything in service to others. But you're also going to show boldly, defiantly, that we independent creators will hold the light against the darknesses that are inflicted upon us. We will stand against it. We all dream of heroes, gamers, comic book people, the people who come together and we write these stories of epic triumph. You have a chance to live up to your heroes, to stand head and shoulders with the greats and go, no, on this day, November 11th, 2021, November 21st, whatever. I'm dyslexic and I'm still going. We held out for one of our own. And it may not, I'm not getting, like, my stance isn't making me money. Because you know what? This is more important than my money. This is more what you give. These wonderful creators just get two things. You're going to see creators here that maybe you didn't see. That's called contagious good. They're doing the good of donating their talent. They're doing the good of donating money that they will earn for Luke to help his family get through this incredible time. And you're spreading the message. So what we have is a spark that can spread like a wildfire with all manner of unexpected and amazing work. This is one of those butterfly flaps his wings and Babcocks and makes a hurricane scenarios. And right now, tonight, you guys can be part of that. History does not come knocking. It does not come knocking often. It does not come knocking easily. We don't walk into these opportunities and go, and 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you'll be able, when Luke was down. Because I'm going to tell you this. I believe when he comes back, when he fights his way back, if it takes days or weeks or months or years, Luke has the potential to be the next Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the potential. I read Hybrids. I know what's supposed to come. The world deserves those stories because those kinds of stories are important. They're important to you. They're important to me. They're important to my kids. We need things to look up to. And somebody like Luke Stone, who's showing kindness and mercy and service. These are things the world doesn't like to talk about because they come at the price of sacrifice. And sacrifice is a scary, ugly word that I think the people who thrive on our greed and our self-doubt are terrified of. And every week, Luke was out there. He's like, here, this is what I'm doing. Here, this is how I do it. This is the tools I use. He never stopped educating people. I'm a better artist for watching his live streams and being able to say what works for you. A lot of artists out there, they'll be like, no, this is kind of my methodology. You don't need to know because I don't want you replacing me. Luke's like, how can we work together? How can I help you be better? And that, folks, that is not common. It is rare and is magnificent. And if I have to, like, you guys don't know, right now my rig is held together literally by tape and propped up so that I could get in here to have a chance to talk about the wonder of what this man is and what he represents and what his family deserves. Because I have been a caregiver for severely physically handicapped people. Okay. I spent most of my adult life working with special needs people, and what it takes for Luke's wife to see a dynamic man, a powerhouse, have to rely for everything. It is a tremendous weight. It is a tremendous burden. And she is handling it, folks, with a grace and a power. She is taking that weakness, she's taking that burden and making it into a strength of character. And that deserves admiration and support. And that, guys, that's what's about. Joe talked about hybrids. I love hybrids. I am dang proud to be involved even tangentially with that storyline. The game is one of my finest works because I believed in Luke enough. I tapped it out by stabbing pens. He was there and he understood in my moment of weakness. He was very patient. We need to be there for him. So, folks, whatever you can give. And, if you can't afford or this auction doesn't work out, there's a GoFundMe. There's other ways, even a kind word. And if you have nothing, if you're like me where you're financially kind of strapped, share it. Put the voice out there. Testify that goodness still matters, that we don't have to, the world wants us scared, the world wants us divided, the world wants us hungry for that which we cannot have. And we don't have to be that. We could be better than that. And people like Luke Stone show the way, and they have. So I'm asking you, and I don't, you watch me. I don't plug my stuff often except as shtick on Brian K. Morris's show, which you should follow. But I do say, guys, you want to be the hero? I mean, really, at the end of the day, every gamer, every artist, everybody who sits and watches a movie by a big company with folks in spandex punching bad guys wants to be a hero. Now you have a chance. A very simple, very small chance. And you're going to get something incredible. Absolutely. Thank you, Meredith. So please, guys, I know I'm rambling, but it's not about me. It's about Luke. It's about his family. It's about who he is. And it's so easy because we're all so used to having to project ourselves. And it's not. Tonight, more than anything I think we've done in a long time, is about Luke as a person, as an icon to the independent creator community. For the folks who are Comicsgate, he's a big deal. For the folks who are independent but not on that political spectrum, he's still a big deal because he doesn't let his politics interfere with his service. That means it's somebody who genuinely cares because it's about doing the right thing. So I ask unto you, all you amazing people, because you are, if you have been blessed at all by Luke, by his creations, consider it. And frankly, I'm not asking you to give freely. Have you seen the stuff that the amazing creators have done? I am in awe of the generosity and the talent and the raw just power of what people are just here, mail this out. We need it to go longer. This got delayed because more people wanted to send stuff. You don't find that. And artists, they're giving of their time, their life, and their very souls. I believe crafting something you care about, it's a truly magical, it's a spiritual thing. And people don't like to talk about it, consumerism, whatever. But they're giving something tremendous. And heck, all these creatives, guess what? They're not stuck on a boat off the coast of California. You get this, you get something from them, and maybe you can pass it on and spread even more light. And when they say, wow, where did you get any of these items? There's jewelry, there's comics, there's all sorts of crazy stuff. You can go, I didn't just get this for you. I got this to help somebody. And by me giving it to you, I got to help an amazing man in Florida by the name of Luke Stone, who has kids and he has a wife. And he went from serving and creating. It's hard to be a content creator. It's hard to be an author. And this man is a machine. And he has such an uphill battle. And we can't do it for him. And it kills me. If I could walk in and just sap some of the pain and weakness, I'd take it onto myself in a heartbeat. But since I can't, and since I'm too broke to do a lot of things, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pull out the pulpit, jump on the soapbox and say, this, guys, this is what we're talking about. This is that point, because I'm tired. I am tired of what the pandemic has done to my heart of feeling powerless. I'm tired of watching good people get sick because they were trying to help others. And however you feel on that, I don't care. He was out there trying to help others. And that's how he got this. He didn't isolate for his own comfort and safety. He went out because he believed he was serving a greater good. So if we believe, even a shred, even a spark, that a greater good exists, that light can stand up on the onslaught of depression and anxiety and fear that breaks like a wave over us time and time again, we need to hold the line right here. So right now, tonight, I'm going to ask you, do what you can, whatever you can. And then tomorrow and the next day, when this is all over, if you find other ways to help, cool. If not, keep them in your heart, keep them in your prayers, and spread his passive income. because just sharing links to Luke's stuff is going to help him. He can't plug his stuff right now because the real tragedy, the great horror of this is no one wants to say it. He might not come back to who he was. He may not recover. Now, I believe I've seen miracles, I've lived them, but we also have to be prepared. And then you ask, if you were in that boat, if you were suddenly laid low by a force beyond your control, what would you want for you? What would you want for your family? How would you want your dream preserved? And that's what I'm going to ask of you guys. So I've been babbling for a while now. I know I come in hot and hard. I only know one way to do it, and I do it big, folks. So if you have any questions about Luke, I'll tell you anything I know. But other than that, is there a way to just get to like the awesome stuff so that we can make some money for this man?
Oh
Is there?
yeah, we're going to talk more about it here. We got
let's,
four more pages, and of the four more pages, I believe we got close to 10 different products left.
Yep. And what we just shared is Nick, your YouTube channel. We appreciate you for being out here. Definitely check out the YouTube. I thought you had a Patreon page too.
I do have a Patreon page. If you would like that, I will see if I can get you the link.
Send that to me in private chat so that we can share that out also. And Joe D, let me see. I've got you back on the screen here. Whoops. Okay. Let me add that. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
All right.
That was the last item that we talked about here. And Nick, I appreciate everything that you just said because that hits home to a lot of people. Because again, till you experience it yourself, where you got to that point where it's not guaranteed that you will get back to being your old self.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee. How does the legacy that you have already started ends out? There has to be other people to pick up that torch to keep that light going. And you have to hold out beyond hope that they can get back in some form or some fashion. And we need to hear that. That's reality. We have to have those prayers. We have to keep that light burning in some form or some fashion. So I do appreciate that as a whole here.
I think it's really important for people to be a good example for others. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the things that I had learned, well, not learned necessarily, but it was reiterated at a business conference, was to do the right thing all the time, not when it's convenient, not because it's easy, but all the time. And, and there are, unfortunately, very few examples sometimes that we can take from, and we need to, when we find those, we need to cling to that.
I call it the Uncle Iroh clause. I talk to a lot of people and they'll talk to me and they'll be like, Nick, I wish there was an Uncle Iroh from Avatar, that person who's there for me. And what I tell them is there's a rule to that. If you can't find an Uncle Iroh in your life, you have the natural obligation to become Uncle Iroh in everyone else's. And I know that sounds silly, but it's if you can't look around and there's no heroes to be found, you improvise till the real ones show up. And that's always been like, I don't have to hold the line forever, I just got to hold it till Superman comes crashing through the wall or whatever, And that's, I really believe the people who are watching this and the people who are going to come after this and hear about this are going to realize that they can be a part of that. It's a form of, it's a league. It's this is an origin story, folks. Because I still believe that Luke can come back, but I know every stress we remove from him and his family will give him, that's more power that can go toward prayer. It's more power that can go to healing. It's more comfort for their souls. And we're doing that. Now, Joe talked about the hybrids game. I will tell you, The crunch side, the writing side, the full book is probably 95% done. It literally was waiting for I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get emotional. Uh well, yeah, I'm not gonna get emotional. But it's waiting for formatting, and it's waiting for uh Luke to do the art and populate it. I do the ugly game design. I write all the rules. I mess with the math. I beat on dice and a calculator, but it's there. And like I said, that's why I didn't take any new things. That's why I held off. We spent 2 years, believe it or not, while nobody was looking, grinding away at this. And I believe it can be something truly dynamic and amazing. And it will be when he gets back. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm making arrangements with Beth for other options. But we got to have faith and we got to build it up. So thank you all for rising to this incredible occasion and making something beautiful happen. Because I tend to thank people before they've done something. That's because, when you pray for rain, you carry an umbrella. And I'm asking for miracles, both mystical and mundane on this one, but I've seen it happen. So, we're praying for rain, carry those umbrellas. I believe Luke will be on here at some point. He'll be putting out a video thanking you all. And if not, his wife will be. But we just got to hold the line, you know?
Exactly. I believe the proverb that you was looking for, if you remember this one, be the change that you're looking for.
That's one of them.
If nobody's there to do what is needed to be done, then it's up to you to do it. And then once you start doing it, guess what? The change is eventually going to come. Other people may join in, other people may take it over, but that change is going to eventually happen.
The work is bigger than the workers, guys. That's one thing I'm loving seeing. Nobody hears about themselves. We're all here. We're about helping Luke. Everybody in the comments is about helping Luke. That helping his family. Because I know when I have problems, I would rather have my family served than me. Because that's what being a man is. It's not popular, it's not talked about these days, and maybe it's frowned on, and maybe I'm just the last of the dinosaurs. But I know Luke's the same way. We want our family to have all the support that they can get, and you guys are providing it. And that's what we need to be about.
I just have to write the final scene.
Okay, and with that being stated here, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our next two guests. We got Rodney and Tina that just joined on the chat here. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. How are we tonight?
Oh, well, we're doing very, very well here. And I know that you guys also have a connection to Luke Stone. And if you can go ahead and tell us, we can go ahead and cover that right now.
Well, Luke did a pinup in issue 1 of Roadkill Rampage for us. So that was, and we've offered up one of the AP books that we had left over from that. So along with the print that we made of it. So it appears black and white in the book, and then it's a color print of it. So we don't really know Luke that well. I mean, I've seen him around a lot on social media, but yeah, I mean, we don't know him, but definitely feel for him and his family with what's going on.
Yep. And one of the things that I like to say is that we can't help everybody, but we can try one person at a time.
Right.
You know,
Right,
and, you know, like
screen here.
Yep. And, you know, again, my connection with him was, you know, just when things started shutting down and a bunch of people were getting on their, you know, like figuring out what were we going to do? How are we going to help each other? For me, working from home, it was easy for me. I was just like, well, I'm already in shutdown. This isn't a big deal. But a lot of my friends weren't used to it. They're like, I don't know what to do. And so being available online, and Luke was doing that, Joe D was doing that. There were so many people doing that. Nick, you've been doing it. Brian K. Morris, a whole bunch of people just dedicated a chunk of time to to make sure that everybody was okay, just by being there and saying, hey, if you need to talk, I'm here. But in the meantime, I will entertain. And you know, and then we build our social circles like that. We build friendships and acquaintances and new connections, job opportunities. I mean, it's just this whole past year, you know. And so to give a little bit of love for somebody who's kind of been there. I mean, this was kind of a no-brainer for me. I wish I could do more for everybody, you know, and I hope that just by example, more people will do stuff like this. You know, it doesn't have to be just on our shoulders. And the people that you see here, if you see need, you know, how can you help? How can I help you?
Definitely.
Yeah,
And-
I agree.
And now, Rodney and Tina, you offered up this bundle for Roadkill Rampage #1.
Right.
Could you expand a little bit more about it?
About the story? Is that what?
Yeah, about the bundle, the contents of the bundle, the story itself.
Okay,
You know, go ahead and pitch it like you can't pitch it no more.
all right. Well, we'll let Rodney pitch it because he's so good at it.
That's my job. Since I wrote it, I should be able to pitch it, huh?
Good.
So, issue 1 is we start with a young couple, Ace and Tess, who decide that they want to go out for a nice drive in the country on a nice sunny day. As they get out into the country, they go into the forest and they start coming across these woodland animals crossing the road. And Ace decides that he's going to start running them over, and he takes great joy in this. Tess, who is a huge animal lover, is horrified by this and does everything she can to try to stop him. When she's unsuccessful, things go sideways really quickly. And at some point, the animals come back and exact their revenge. So that is the premise for issue 1 of Roadkill Rampage. It is our first foray into the horror genre. Up until this point, I was doing all ages books, Peanut Pudding and Jelly, and currently doing Pitter Patter as well. And I kind of wanted to spread my wings, my writing wings. I was kind of getting pigeonholed into that. That guy's the kids book guy. And I felt that I had more to offer, so I've been wanting to do a horror book for a while. So this was my first stab at it, pardon the pun. And it's been well received. We've had 2 successful Kickstarters with issues 1 and 2. And it's a fun ride. If you like black and white, grindhouse type horror stories, this is right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, and the black and white cover was a limited edition cover that we did. It was a variant in the first Kickstarter. So, and we had some extra that we did as artist proofs. So there's only 10 of the artist proofs available. So this is one of the few that are left. And then that has the swag from the original Kickstarter as well. So it comes with a bookmark, a holographic sticker, a coaster, a bumper sticker, and then the 3 dead animals. And then the mini prints, Luke did the one with the deer.
On the far right.
On the far right. So we kind of just we had some extra stuff left over, so we put together a bundle since it featured Luke's art, thinking somebody might appreciate that, you know, and with it being a limited edition. And the book is signed by Rodney and Eamon, the artist on it. So we're hoping somebody picks it up to give back to Luke for doing such an awesome pinup for us. So.
You know, what's funny is that you were talking about the dark, you know, and not being pigeonholed and stuff like that. Having had conversations with Luke before, he's got dark. I mean, like some of the direction with his with the hybrids and things like that. In fact, issue 5 of his first story arc was so impactful to me. That is what, right? That is what really inspired the 2-page story that I wrote. And he was like, Meredith, he's like, I don't know how you intuited this, but it's like one of my favorite stories, and it ties in so well with what I'm doing next. And I was just like, awesome, you know, because I was that drawn in with that story arc that I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more. And in fact, Nita, weren't we contacted to see if anybody could do lettering. So I mean, he's working, you guys. He is working. He's communicating, and he's got what was it, Nita? Book 3 or something?
Yeah, he was looking for a letterer, but Eric
And I think we
volunteered.
found one. We
Yeah.
found one who was willing to volunteer his lettering skills.
2 actually.
Yes. So you know, there is work pending, you guys. Something to look forward to.
And that's the cool thing about all of this here. Now with Roadkill Rampage #1, you mentioned that this is a Kickstarter exclusive. So that by itself is worth the $25 admission price as a starting bid, because Kickstarter exclusives are that unique. They're not going to be your standard editions that would eventually go to a comic book store or to an online store. These are one-of-a-kind artisan type books here, and they're giving you a 1 out of 10. Am I correct? There's only 10 of them made.
Yeah.
There's only 10 in existence.
Well, there was 10 that were through the Kickstarter, and then we had the leftover artist proofs. So there's 10 artist proofs. So I think I just went and looked. There's 3 left. So that was one of the 3 that were left. So we had given them to some other people that worked on the books and stuff. So yeah, but there were only 10 total that went out to begin with.
So again, that is a rare book, starting at $25. That book, I could guarantee, when it really hits stores and we get back into comic book conventions and things pick up, that book is going to be worth a lot more than the $25 asking price. And then on top of that, you're getting the original swag that went along with the original Kickstarter, plus an art print done by Luke Stone for this particular series. Right. So that's worth the price of admission, starting at $25 here. Meredith, have we had any bids as of yet?
As of right now, no. So, but we are sharing it out to the social media. So as many eyeballs as possible, we would appreciate that. And again, the start bid is $25. And yeah, share it out, you guys. Hit the button.
And lo and behold, we got Travis Gill here, Gibbs here. Can we go ahead and share that out before we could talk about Voodoo Nations here?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Bring it up.
Yeah, everybody who has been a part of the career of Luke Stone, I really want to hear their testimony towards it and everything. Yes. Travis, Meredith is about to send you a link here. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to move on to our next item. And that was an item that was talked about earlier, but it wasn't talked about in the same degree until we get Travis up in here.
Yeah, Travis, if you're interested, let me know and I will send you a link to the StreamYard.
Yeah, he's on Facebook here right now, it looks like.
Yes, just send me a DM if you're interested. If you're busy, we understand.
And if you guys need me to drop out so that there's enough camera space, just let me know.
Well, Nita and I are here to support Joe D.
Right, I'm actually running things right now, so everybody's good right now. So
yes,
we're good right now.
So far, so good.
So the item I want to talk about is the item that was donated by Damian Walgren. Starting at $200, he is willing to craft you your very own action figure based upon your own character. This includes the 3D modeling within software and the design based upon your specifications. And not only will you just get one, you will get 5 copies of it unpainted. Why is this so important? Because it is very hard to get your character in posable, whether it be posable or just miniature action figure form. At $200, this is a steal, especially since you're dealing with the actual 3D modeling aspect of it. And this was one of the things that Meredith couldn't really put her spin on it, but I'm going to go one deeper. The thing that most people don't realize when people offer you the modeling, to do things in 3 dimensions, and I'm going to bring up my screen dealing with Studio. This is one of my characters here that has not been seen before. So not only are you getting a chance to know more about the auction idol, this is your first chance to meet the character Thunder for primetime Saturday night. So this is the design for Thunder. It doesn't show like her full gear and everything because there's designs in her actual suit and everything. But what Damien does is that from your description and from the pictures that you sent to him, he will come into whether it be a DOS Studio or 3D Studio Max and everything and do the character rigging to make that character look like what you have in 2D space.
And that's not something that you just do in an hour.
That is,
No.
I've done it with mechanical designs to design robotic miniatures. It is a challenging, and organics are hard to work with. People don't understand how hard it is to get people to look like like people in 3D rendering. It really is a talent.
So pretty much he sculpts everything out, gets it to look somewhat like this first. Now, mind you, I do have a little bit of texture mapping in here and everything. And then from here, he rigs everything up to make certain that all the normal structures is, and he pretty much puts them in like a basic pose. And then he goes from here to 3D printing. But to get to the point where he can 3D print, this aspect takes hours of our time just to get it exactly right. And then we go into another software where we have to make certain that the actual 3D printer can slice the item in such a way where it can print it layer by layer by layer by layer by layer without having any holes in it. So what Damien is offering for the low price of $200 is normally when you go to any other place, it starts anywhere at $2,500 plus.
Yeah, I've seen, because I looked into it for a couple of the other games I've designed. This really is about a $3,000 service. In all reality, if you're looking at fair market pricing, this is between $2,500 and $3,000, and your starting bid is $200, and every cent, to the best of my knowledge, is going straight to help somebody. So yeah, it's almost like, hey, they're helping you out, you're helping Luke out, everybody's getting help in this deal.
What's his face is doing?
John.
Yeah.
So Meredith, have we had any bids on this as of yet?
Unbelievably, no. I mean, honestly, if I had the funds, I'd be like all over like doing a 3D rendering of the dudes.
Oh yeah.
And that would be so cool to have. And again, he's setting you up with 5 copies of your character that you can use for promotions, your crowdfunding campaigns, any type of means here. And not only are you just getting the characters, you're getting the design, packaging, and everything that went into it. As you can see here, there's Luke's character, the Trash Man. Here is Brian Rodgers, Nebulizer.
Mm-hmm.
I've sat next to Luke when he sold the raw of these, the unpainted, because he was hand painting these, and he was selling them for $150 a piece, and he sold 3 of them at one of the shows. So like if you're just looking at it from a financial aspect, you can make your money back. You're good to go. And once it's made, you can keep making them.
Yeah. It's
hey Travis.
And there's Travis.
This could literally launch
perfect timing.
This could literally launch a whole new product line for you. So you're helping Luke, you're helping yourself, and then you're helping your IP spread. You just don't find that often. So really, please.
Please don't partake in these items here. And now we're going to switch our gears just a tad bit, because now we have Travis Gibb in the house here. First, we're going to have him to give his testimony about working with Luke, and then we're going to bring up his donated items
Okay.
in this auction. So
Yeah,
take it away, Travis.
Yeah. So Luke and I, we got together and we worked on a little book called Voodoo Nations. It's done really well. We've got 2 issues out. He helped me create the designs of the characters. Who we helped put it together. We've done very, very well with the campaigns and done some stuff. He has some great designs in there. We also did the Tales of Collective in there. And Luke and I have worked on several things. He's in the upcoming Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. I have so much art like that's unused from Luke. I mean, Luke and I had a good partnership for a few years of putting that together some stuff. So he's a great guy. I'm very sad about everything that's been going on. So very happy to support and help.
I've seen.
And then there's Meredith with copies of the actual books that is being actually donated here. And not only that, you get given away some exclusive variants as well.
Yeah, these
that
are the
by
rare
themselves
variants.
alone would be the starting price.
Yeah. So these are the variants. So if you bought these on the Kickstarter when we had them, you would have had to spend a minimum. For the top one, it would have been $60. You would have had to do that, and then for the bottom, it would have been $100. There's only about there's only I think there's 100 of the first one of the Staniak ones of the 2. It's 150, and then the other one's 50 and 25 for the Dominic. So it's very, very rare covers, very, very sought after covers. I mean, it's a Staniak. I mean, look at how much he flips any of his Ninja Turtle stuff. Go Last Ronin Staniak. He literally is the second highest person to do it. And then the Tales of the Collective, hot off the presses. We only printed 25 of that Tales of the Collective cover, and that has an exclusive Voodoo Nations. So that's something, if you're a Voodoo Nations fan and you've backed the Kickstarter and you want to see that in color, the only way you could have got that is through Tales of the Collective, and that is the Luke Stone cover. It's an Avengers homage, which is very, very cool.
And that is the key thing here, because everybody who has been touched by Luke Stone in some form or some fashion is coming out in droves and giving everybody value for just a donation to his family. And Travis said it best. It's like a starting price of $50 where you're getting one variant cover that is minimal. You said 120? And
so $50, if you would have bid it on the campaign, you could have got the Staniak cover for 50. Everything else you would have had to spend 100 something to get, because we don't sell the versions by themselves. We don't sell them. If you buy them for Cons It For Me, they start at $35, and they have to be signed, and then you have to buy them by the pair, which gets it to 70. Like this is a lot of value money. Those are like $30 for the stuff and like $40 for the virgin. So you're at $90 right there. And then the Tales of Collective, he's selling that for $25. So you're talking about $125 value just out the door. And that's not counting what you would have paid for shipping or any of the other stuff on Kickstarter to get it. And I left them unsigned on purpose. Normally I sign these things. I left them unsigned because I want Luke back. I want you to go to Luke and say, hey, I bought this at your auction. I want you to come up to me and you sign that. You get those signed by me and you say you bought that at the auction. You can have one thing from the table. I don't care what it is or what it costs.
Even more incentive to
that. And I have original art at my tables most of the time. I have trades. I don't care what it is. You can have one thing, whatever it costs. If you can find me, get that signed. Say you bought it from Meredith at the auction.
So the hunt will be on for Travis Gibb.
Right.
When he's out, we'll be haunting you.
I can't promise you Luke will give you everything at the table. I will.
But I mean, you guys are so active in the Florida Comic-Con circuit and, comic book shops. I always see pictures of you guys at signings and things like that. You, Jonathan Hedrick, Luke Stone, lots of other people.
Yeah, he was at a con the day before he got sick. He got sick the day after the con. He went to a concert as well. So he went to the signing and the concert. So he doesn't know where he contracted it, but he was out doing a signing. We were doing a signing for Voodoo too, right before everything went down. So, he's out and, the community wants him back. We want him back on signings. We want him to do all those things. We love hybrids. Shooting the arrow being a little behind on his hybrid launch is sad. We still need the full RPG, right? I don't have that. I just have the quick play. We need to get Luke back. We got stuff to do.
There is the full hybrid is waiting for him. The
Yeah.
sequel to the quick play, the people who played through it know it ends a bit on a cliffhanger.
Mhm.
That is about 40 to 60% written and done, and it all got put aside. Nobody knows about this. This is something nobody's heard of because I've been the duck feet this whole time with Luke. For the last 2 years, we've been quietly just busting our humps to make the best independent gaming system out there. Because I think just like it's important to have independent comics and that free thing, we need to have independent game systems where people don't have to spend $50 and wade through 4 or 5 books just to roll dice and have fun. It was something Luke was incredibly passionate about and is, because he still is. This isn't a funeral benefit. He's not gone from this earth yet. Well, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens when he comes back, because we got to believe it. And the fact that such great creators are working, like Travis, like Meredith, like Joe, with Luke, things are coming. Yes, there were pauses. And in the gaming field, pauses were done almost entirely because I will not move forward at the risk of ostracizing Luke. A lot of other people could. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. And that's what this community, I think, is the same way. And that's what's going to make it better in the long run for everybody. So thank you for your generosity and just sharing your raw talent, Travis. One of the last things I discussed with Luke actually is some of the stuff he was doing for your Cthulhu based stuff. He was, because if you talk to Luke on a phone call, on one of these video messages where it's like, hey, how you doing? Okay, I'll set up a room. He's working on whatever he's working on. You never just talk to Luke. Because I swear that man sleeps with a stylus in his hand. And I got to see the line work for what's coming for his contribution to Travis. So, like, I hate having to sit on some of the spoilers I have and, like, having seen the artwork for things. And it's like, gosh. It's maddening. It's like that when you wake up Christmas morning before you can get out of bed, just is endless on this front.
Well, now I've got to show it, Nick. Now you've got me to the point where you built me up. No, I got it fully colored. Let's.
I want to see the full color. I got to see the line art. I didn't get to see the color.
Since Luke isn't here to give his new artwork to the world in a long time, let me give you a second, take a second, and show some beautiful artwork. Is that okay?
Yes, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Just make certain that Meredith sees it to share it.
Okay. Yeah, just give me a second to find his folder. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Luke is always working on all sorts of stuff. He's always doing extra stuff. He works a mile a minute. He's always on the next thing, working on 3 projects. At the same time. I mean, he's a machine.
And I think, while I talked about the man, I think it's time to take a minute and talk about his craft.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is so next level. And like I said, I didn't hesitate when I said he could be the next Stan Lee. In writing, I don't know for art. Like, I don't have a parallel for somebody the right kind of influence for what he's doing for the independent comics have an art style. I mean, if you pay attention, there's a distinct, you're like, oh, this feels like a quality indie. And he's sort of an avatar of that art style, and being able to see that. And like, because of the way he did hybrids, I got to watch his style evolve, improve, expand. And then he came back and redid it so that it would be balanced. People don't do that, folks. I mean, that's an insane level of dedication. So we really, I mean, there's just so much going on here that's so important. It's so vital. And like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see more of what can be done with that man's penciling. I mean, he sends me line art to practice flatting on just for myself.
I'm just gonna cut in here. Rodney and Tina, you do have to get going. We appreciate you for being here, and thank you for your donation
so much
for Roadkill Rampage, an exclusive Kickstarter cover And so we're looking forward to seeing that being snapped up on the bid. Again, the start bid is $25 for that. And again, you guys can go over to RAGINAVC.com. That goes directly to the campaign, the auction site. And we have 44 items / lots that you guys can bid on. There's a lot of stuff. It's not just comic books. There are books, there's original art, there's crafting, and we're going to be touching on some more of those. Rodney and Tina, before we're going to put you up on the big screen, where can we find you? What are you working on? What's up next for you guys?
We are currently finishing up the script for issue 4 of Roadkill Rampage. Issue 3 is done. It's in the can. Issue 4 is just about done. And we're going to get that off to the artist, and then I'm going to hop on over and start working on the script for Pitter Patter issue 3.
Ooh,
And you can find us I'm on Instagram at Rodney_Fike. The Hazm channel, HAZZUM.com. That's the website for the company, the comics, all that. Rodney Fike Art on Facebook and Twitch.
And also, if you guys go to the auction page for Hasm Productions, you will see their social media links. Make sure that you check them out, as well as hit the bid button. And then, thank you guys for coming out. And
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
We really appreciate you guys for popping in.
Good luck. And you
Have
guys
a
are
great
doing God's
night.
work, so thank you so much.
Have a great night.
All right. Night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And back to Travis, you have some artwork here. Let me share the
Yes,
screen here.
And once you share that, I want to say a quick hi to Jim O'Reilly, who just happened to pop into our chat as of right now. Thank you so much for joining us here for this auction. And we're going to get right back to Travis and the brand new artwork from Luke Stone that has just been recently colored.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is a cut above. I mean, you've never seen anything like this from Luke Stone. Who knew that he could do fantasy so well? You know, because some people have like genres, like if you mix him into a different genre, but I have not seen a genre that I have not appreciated Luke Stone. I'm not sure if it's going to load the next one. Is it loading the next one? Let me see. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Look at the fine detail, because I said, all I got to see this. The order. Anybody else could shortcut a background. Okay, backgrounds get shortcut all the time. But the depth he had when you're looking down at the art, look at every one of those buildings. Like, I mean, this man.
I remember getting a sneak peek into the mushrooms there, and I was just like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" That was before the color, though, so that's really cool.
And it's just.
We'll keep it there because the next one will spoil the ending just in case, but we'll keep it there. But yeah. Of course, actually, hold on. That folder really kind of spoils it, doesn't it? So I guess we might as well open it.
Yeah, I can open the last one now since we've seen the part of the panel of the last one.
Well, folks,
yeah. Sometimes those things happen. What can you do? All right, you don't get the words. You don't know exactly what happened, but
like we literally just handed you free content, folks. Free sneak peeks solely for listening to the pitch of how you can. That's how this whole tribe, this whole area, this whole universe operates. That's giving. That's just free content is never free for the creator. People don't want to talk about that, but that's ours. A reveal is a tangible, unboxing as a concept is a big pull for somebody like Travis to just go here and here's a behind the scenes. That speaks to Luke Stone. That speaks to his character. It speaks to Travis's. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
So please support this, however, and if these are either monetarily not something you can do right now, or we've all been I'm stuck between paychecks, right. Especially this time of year. There is a GoFundMe that Meredith put out in the comments where you can just kind of passively give what you can. And I'm not trying to undermine this wonderful auction because this auction is incredibly.
Oh no! Just so you know, Nick, we do have the GoFundMe. We Nita and I made sure that we vetted it first. We approached Beth and we were like, "Is this legit?" because you don't want to be just sending your money out anywhere.
So did I.
Yeah, so the GoFundMe is legit.
Poor Beth.
The link is also on the website, as well as the Cash App, which goes directly to Beth's Cash App. It doesn't go through us at all. So if you wanted to do a straight donation, those are two ways that you can do that.
And we're just trying to find ways to help you help Luke. And that's the great thing. Nobody's trying to skim off the top. Even a whole bunch of compulsive pluggers are keeping it very limited because it's not about us. And that tells you time and time again, and I know I'm harping on it, but you don't see this. I watch a lot of streams. I watch a lot of auctions. I watch a lot of things for good causes and not so good causes. For people to just be like, here, I'm stepping out of the picture. Luke is the picture. I want you guys who are watching this to understand how much heart is behind it, because that's something you don't find, and it's important, I think.
And I want to give one more. Pete, this is Travis sent this to me, so whoever wins this auction, you will be getting 5 books. And of course, there's going to be a scavenger hunt for Travis Gibb.
Yeah, if you find me and you tell me you got it from Meredith, and I sign those, or I see all 5 of them, I'll get you whatever you want at the table.
And then you've got the virgin copies here.
Yeah,
very limited edition, you guys, from the Kickstarter. Yes, highly collectible. And then of course we have.
I'd get those scaled. I'm sorry.
Tales from the Collective Initiative.
Well. And if you go on to CGC, both of those have come in. There's 3 9.9s and the rest are 9.8s. So they're doing really well. I take care of those books particular because of what they are. And I packed them well for Meredith. So I assume same thing if you send it up to CGC.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's going to be, these are bagged and boarded already, and they will be out in Gemini mailers. So whoever wins the auction, you can be assured that they're going to get to you safely.
So Meredith, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
On the higher bids that you have, is there some competition, like money wise?
So far we've had one that they bid above the minimum.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. But I think there are some people who are afraid. They're like, oh, I don't want to bid against my friends. That's not the point of this.
Sure.
Bid against your friends. This is
bid against your friends.
Beautifully cutthroat. Okay. Plus, there's 45 lots. There's going to be if you can't find the one thing you want, there'll be something else down the pipe. And I'm going to say it, if you can't find anything to bid and you have that excess, just throw it straight at Beth.
And Meredith, you said there's 5 that haven't been bid on?
There are quite a few items that haven't been bid on, and here's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, both Nita and I have been kind of sick. We've been kind of tag teaming each other, and so it's been really hard to promote this as best as possible. Right. And so what we're doing is, even though this auction is going to be ending tonight, we had the weekend to do it. For those who are like, well, if it didn't sell, either they'll do whatever they want to, but we're also going to be asking the donors if they are willing to do a second chance auction, in which case we'll be posting those on eBay for a broader audience, so it's not just our comics and our author communities and stuff like that. We're going to put it out there. And again, that whole thing minus eBay fees all goes to Luke Stone. And then we'll sort out the shipping and stuff like that. But that's going to be the second chance auction.
All right. Well, I'll be right back.
Yeah. And just, and to answer his question, Lisa Tucci has bid 150 on the Freddy versus Jason sketch that is out there. And there is a bid.
Frog G is here.
And there's a bid now on Toys. Oh boy!
Yes.
May the bidding begin.
I genuinely envy those who are able to bid on this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is one of those. It could literally change your life. It's amazing. What you got, Travis? That's smart.
What do you have, Travis? Before I bring up the next thing.
Right now.
Not yet.
Once all 45 are sold, I don't care who they're sold for, we'll go ahead and put this on auction. Do you know what this is?
Ooh.
This
That's
is
the hardcover,
creator
right?
edition of Cthulhu Invades Oz. You can only get this if you're a creator. We, of course, like anybody else, who print a few extra just in case there's damages. So this only went to the creators. This is better than any of the actual physical one. This is can you kind of see it's raised?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's raised and all that. And here's what I'll do. As many of you guys know, a lot of my friends were all the. I'll get it in between times, signed by as many creators as I can in here.
That's cool.
This is not something you can buy. This is only for creators. Only the people who are in the book will have it. So you will be part of an exclusive thing. But all that means is all 45 items have to go away. And then Meredith will auction it off. We'll randomly give it to somebody from the 45. So we'll roll a thing 1 through 45.
I love that.
We'll get it
I
done because
love
we need all the items to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So
Everything's
if you
gotta
are
go.
a big donor and you have an extra $20, go ahead and throw it on a $20 pledge. Go ahead and get that taken care of. But that is the only way that you can get this. We'll make sure it's taken care of. It'll all be treated really nice. And I'll grab as much of the swag for Cthulhu Invades Oz as I can. But again, this isn't purchasable. This doesn't exist except for the creators. In fact, none of you guys have seen this before, probably.
I have not.
Right. Unless you were a creator, you wouldn't know this exists. This is what I do for my creators, for the people who are in my crew who create a book with me. I want to do something special that's exclusive. But again, just the laws of averages, you got to print a couple extra just because, you want to make sure that damages happen. So that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
That's right, Trish. That doesn't have a price on it. All of the auction items have got to go. So you've got an opportunity for this weekend and the second chance opportunity. And then we'll be hunting Travis down. Not only will there be like a scavenger hunt for Travis for the item on his table.
And that
The winning bidder
only goes to one of the 45 that wins.
One.
Right.
Yes.
So
He just turned it
all
into a
45
lottery,
goes.
folks.
One of those
Maybe a
45.
dice roll in your favor.
Now, Meredith, that's a question for you here from Mr. O'Reilly here.
Well, Jim, it's a little bit late for this weekend auction because we are going to be closing this out at 11. But for the second chance auction, if you want to donate, I have no problem putting that up on the site, and then we'll have links going to eBay. That's where the second chance auction is. And quite honestly, I don't know if all of the items are going to go to eBay for the second chance auction. There might be some creators who are like, nah, I think I'm going to sell that on my own, and that's fine too. I just appreciate the fact that they have donated this for this cause, and thank you.
Right.
So, but Travis, send me details about that so that I have that in my notes. Otherwise, because my desk looks like an explosion of stuff.
If you guys do really well, I happen to be printing another one for this little book called Holiday Spirits.
Yeah.
It happens to be another creator edition that maybe I'd be willing to part with. I haven't printed them yet. I could probably print an extra one. Wouldn't be that big of a deal. With, again, exclusive art. Very cool like this. We may be able to do that as well. But you guys, that's based on you. I want to see a good amount to Luke. There's nothing wrong with the amount of work that Nita and Meredith put in, even though they got sick, even though that. To not be able to really produce and give their families some help during this holiday season and just in general. Luke was a hustler. Luke was always taking commissions, stuff like that. That money is income,
Yeah. And and we do have Holiday Spirits, your Kickstarter that we shared on the YouTube channel, and we'll be sharing that out on the socials as well. So we appreciate that. Let's see. We've got Jim O'Reilly. So yes. So if you want to be in the second chance auction, let me know. We'll send you details and stuff like that. Cthulhu Invades Oz. Man, that's edition. Cool.
That's the creator edition. You have to specify creator
edition.
That's not the standard. That's the end all be all.
Yeah, only creators get this, except for one of you 45 people.
Exactly.
And Trish, well, the second chance auction, we are still planning the dates for those because it's going to take time to repost those things, and so it'll probably be like a 7 to 10 day auction on eBay. So we will definitely have details about that.
So,
and Jim O'Reilly.
I'm
Yes,
sure
they
Meredith,
do.
and I apologize if I'm wrong, but if she really wanted something, she's like, hey, I can pay you on the first. As long as nobody else outbids her, I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem. If you commit to it, she's just not going to send it to you till you pay, type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we as many things as she's backed and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure she's good for it.
Mm-hmm.
She is in this community. We can the Bangsteins are good.
Right, exactly. If
Yep.
they say they're going to buy it, they're going to buy it.
They are going to buy
I saw
it.
two guys in someone's home. Yeah, that was Wendy and Chuck. They were both in the book.
Yeah, they were both in the book, so they get a copy each.
There's a whole box from here if you really want to be like technical, but
all right, so I need to know how to get in one of your books, damn it.
Right. I do cool stuff, but I gotta go.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Travis, thank you so much for being here.
On, but I love you guys. I support you guys. Please back. This is really cool stuff, and I really support everybody's here, all their art. Nick does some great stuff with the quick start. I got to play that one time. Yeah. Joe's Wrestling Comics is great. In fact, I've resisted this whole time. There's a rumor that Triple H is leaving and starting his own company. I haven't brought it up till now because I'm leaving, but I would love to just sit and talk to Joe with that. So
yes,
Meredith,
that would be very interesting. We might have to do it on my show though.
Right. All right.
Yes.
Bid.
Yes.
Spend money. It's for
we basically hijacked Joe D to be on our show. So
yeah, I'm pretty much filling in for Meredith because Meredith's not feeling well, but we've been handling it.
Travis Good, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And anybody who's tuning in, make sure that you check out his Kickstarter. It's active right now.
And if you can drop the link, we're going to highlight it at the very end here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. I've got it right here.
All right. Cool.
Boom. Okay. We'll drop it again later on. Thank you guys.
3 more days. Right. Bye guys.
And thank you so much, Travis, for dropping by.
Appreciate you.
And Frog G, is he still out here? We need you in. We got to talk about you ourselves. Yeah, Frog G is here.
Where are you?
Oh, wow.
Do you want to pop on? If you want to pop on, Nita can send you the link to.
Please.
Do you want to hop on, Frog G?
Yes.
You want to hop on?
We got to talk about what you're donating and how things are for you and how Luke touched.
Yes, so if you are available and you want to come on screen, let us know. I believe Nita's got you connected on Twitter, and we can send you a link if you are.
Yep, he thought that.
Nita, you got that?
I just realized this is the first time in about 2 years I've been on a broadcast without Hawaiian print something. I was so dedicated. Wait, there's a way to help Luke. I broke my branding to be here, folks.
Oh,
so, that'd be like Brian K.
Managing Man has done something new and improved.
This is something, folks, and I believe it can do miracles. And if you get somebody like Frog G on here, that man is a tour de force and has some of the most dulcet tones in independent comics. Like, it hurts that I have this horrible voice for silent movies and face for radio. But guys, while we're here, because this is serious, but we need to have fun while we're doing it. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, you guys are bidding on some of the most amazing comics, creative stuff I've seen. I've been watching this like. I feel like the poor kid squeaking the window. You don't have to be the poor kid squeaking the window. Get yourself something awesome. Support everybody. And this is amazing. Freaking Frog G. Like, I'm sorry. That man always, every time Frog G shows up, something amazing happens. It's just, the dude is like a prophet for awesomeness. If Frog G it's like Cindy Kep. If Cindy Kep walks into a room or supports something, which I believe she did, it's going to be amazing. It's like bacon and cheese on any food for a fat guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, I'm keeping it in my bailiwick. I'm keeping it where I know things roll. And yeah, but that's what I love, and that's the thing. This community coming together is strengthening everybody. Imagine facing adversity and coming out stronger, not just as an individual, but as an interconnected community. This is what makes 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the ripples of tonight's event I'll pull out my crystal ball on this one. I really will. People who didn't realize other people's works are going to get discovered. People who didn't realize the value of their own works. Because this auction is going to show people, wow. You
I
know,
had that moment with RJ.
yeah.
I was like, what? He's an author too, you know?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was like, oh, the Critical Blast guy, the podcast guy, the promoter, he does fulfillment and things like that. I mean, he does so much. And then I was like, I was looking at his Amazon page and I went, whoa, I didn't know that.
And see, because of my format, it's hard because I keep everything as low. Like when I publish through Amazon, it's as cheap as Amazon will let me publish because I'm trying to get games or educational materials out. All the stuff I talk to my Patreon members whenever I make a new video. Like, do you want this to be a Patreon exclusive? They give me the stink eye and they say no. Sword fighting is for everyone. It needs to be out there. So it's hard for me to be like, I don't charge for my content, so here's free content. But that's why we got to spread the word. That's why we have to be heralds of awesomeness. And that's what it's funny. Everybody on these shows runs a show where they are a herald for awesomeness for each other, for ourselves, for folks. I think I have, basically hijacked enough of Brian K. Morris's broadcasts that I just need to run a hard line to his house. It's like, oh, hey, you need somebody? I'm your designated sub. And not that way. Y'all aren't right. Don't look at me in that tone of voice. But, I see. Did you see Meredith's flash? But folks, what I mean is substitute. Y'all, Santa Claus is watching you. And guess what? Santa's going to know you did good by supporting this. And you get to be like Santa. Spirit of Christmas, folks. The other thing is I have it on good terms. You do what you can now. If next week, do what you can then. Opportunities are going to start spitballing because people are going to realize, wow, how can I help Luke? I didn't have my stuff together. I don't know anyone like that right now. But we'll find ways to make things, and we'll keep promoting. This isn't stopping in a few hours. This is, the auction's coming to a close real soon. And thank everybody who's had interest. Thank everybody who shared this. Because one thing, like, I'm on Twitter, right? So I got on Twitter basically because of Luke Stone and some other people, which is ironic. But I've been watching this broadcast just get retweeted. Bing, 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 which means more eyes. The more eyes on this, the more good that can be done. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what else is on here, hearing from Frog G. Basically, I'm totally not, just vapping for time while, we have to wait for some stuff to roll through. So let's just get somebody to talk and fill the void with incessant nattering. I can do that. I can't wait to see, for back on topic, what Jody's going to do with the mechanic with the module he's making for the game, because that's going to be compatible with hybrids. Luke had a dream. We talked, and he wanted not just people to be able to read the comics, but people to play the world, and then other independent creators to find out what it's like to have games and be able to cross. Because how many times have we had that conversation? Well, Batman versus Superman, how does this actually roll out? Now we can actually have somebody from Hybrids walk up and be like, okay, getting in the ring with one of the lovely ladies of the Amazon Wrestling Federation. I'd love to see Chlorine Orion, guest starring and doing a Duke Up. And who knows, maybe someday something like that can happen. And even if it isn't canon, let's be honest, fans, we love to do non-canon things to characters. This is why fan art exists. And I'm not saying I know people on AO3, but if you know, you know. So support this, because like I said, I believe there are hingepin people in this world. There are people who are infinitely more important than themselves for the function they provide for others. Brian K. Morris is one of these people. Meredith is one of these people. Wow. Joe is one of these people. And Luke Stone. Oh, don't you point that. I don't get good stuff. I am not comfortable with compliments. But Luke Stone is definitely one of these people who are forces of good. Me, I just nudge things. Okay, I do a little nudge and then I walk away. And if
Come
I've done
on,
my
Nick.
job,
You're a
it
force
gets
for
better.
good.
I,
Say it. Say it.
little,
Saint Nick, come on.
little.
Saint
But
Nick.
Little bit.
See,
like, I
what,
am a cantrip for good. Y'all are fireballs
what
for
was the
good. I'm
saying?
just a little
A
cantrip at
little
the right
dab would
time.
do you.
A little
You're a
dab
force
will
of
do you.
good. A little dab will do you.
The trick is figuring out where to put that dab. That's my specialty. It's like if I have $1, where can buck do the most good? You know what I'm saying? And then it's all about leverage. And folks, you have a point to enact that kind of leverage, where just even the smallest bids. Not all of these are huge deals. I've been perusing the catalog, and one thing, y'all, I love y'all. First off. And I do, because if people can hate people irrationally, I can love people irrationally. Ha. Secondly, y'all like appeal to my avarice in ways that are not right or just. And the only thing that saves me from feeling bad about what I want that's on this art and swag system is the fact that it's for a good cause. So seriously, how often can you go, pull a Wayne's World, you scroll through and go, that action figure, it will be mine. Oh yes, it will be
Will be
mine.
mine.
So do it. Lay the money down. Lay down the money and get the awesome stuff so he's fine. Anyway,
And
so
now, on that note, let's talk about the book, another book that's on the docket here to be bidded
yes,
for. And I believe it's called Beard Zerker.
Beard Zerker.
And we
Totally
get
parody.
original artwork. This whole lot has
Scroll
original
down. I want to
artwork.
see it. Scroll down.
All right, I already got. He's
You're
interested.
teasing
Oh
me.
my goodness! See,
There we
it
go.
starts out. It starts out from an original artwork from issue number 1 of Beard Zerker, and this is one of the ones here. Imagine a beard that could just about turn into anything and do anything that it needs. From being like a 10-ton net to like a fly swatter.
God bless independent comics, folks. This is what I am here for. Give
So
me the
not
stuff that's not
only
focus grouped. Give me this random stuff.
So not only do you get this original page, you also get a signed copy of Berserker number 1 and Heroes number 1. All together, starting bid is $99.
Yep.
And let me tell you again, when we deal with original comic book art, actual pages, normally starting pages is anywhere between $150 to $200. So you're getting your value right off the top just by getting that page.
That art is by Bill Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
So and you can see the suggested price, but the start bid, man, under $100, and you get all of this stuff. This is one lot. You get it all for a start bid of $99. If nobody else bids against you, it's yours.
Quiet. Snake
It's a
this
steal.
stuff. If I had money right now, this wouldn't be a problem because half of the stuff would be like bloop, pop, 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 pop. But
I know I have to sit on my hands, Nick. You have no idea. I'm
I do.
Oh yes, you do.
I know how that felt because
Nick,
I'm in seeing this stuff. I would have bid on one thing.
The computer.
And one thing that I would have bid on, and it would have been no way in the world if I had everything lined up. There was going to be no way in the world that anybody outbid me for it. But I'm happy that somebody bidded on it because I would have been pissed off, especially since I worked in that genre to a degree, and I know how valuable.
Yeah,
that
we're on the same. We're on
$200 for that level of work.
I mean, people talk about investments, and this is what drives me nuts. People are throwing money at random cryptocurrency that may or may not be anything in 2 weeks. If you throw the money down on Waldron's thing, you're going to get the files, right? You get the files, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that part of it? So that means if you have a 3D printer, you can keep. This is self-perpetuating material here. You get the 4, you take 1. This is mine. It goes on my mantle. Read between the lines, y'all. This is mine. And then custom paint up, and you can sell each one very likely for enough to individually cover. I watched Luke do it. So, something like this right here. Get back to
Should I tell
the
them the story, the Luke story that I know about
Yes,
this?
please.
I know which one you're doing.
Now, mind you, while shortly after this was done, I contacted Nick and we were talking about doing it for prime time, doing one for prime time Saturday night. He says, like, well, I can't really do it per se because there's somebody else involved. We have to get his blessing first. He didn't tell me who it was and everything. So shortly after that, I ended up talking to Luke directly. We was doing some other type of podcast and we got to talking and everything. And while he was doing that, he ended up buying from the leftover funds from his hybrid Kickstarter a 3D printer. And guess what he was printing on his 3D printer?
The Trash Man bust.
Yes. And he was like, oh my goodness, this thing is making noise. I have to get this thing leveled, this, that, and the other. And he was going left, it's like, how long does it take you to print one? It's, it takes about 2 hours to print one. And he was in the middle of printing one and we would just kept talking and everything. And it's like, I have to make certain that it doesn't squeak because they have to, center and this, that, and the other. And as it was going, we were talking about this, that, and the other. And I got to see how it's like every time that we talk, it's like he was constantly working on improving the efficiency of that 3D printing for that Trash Man bust.
Luke Stone is the only person on the planet I know who can be learning how to 3D print, writing one story, drawing another, live streaming on 2 formats, and then trying to raise money and interest for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I don't like. We're beyond who. Sometimes I'm like, what are you? Are you a Gallifreyan or something? Like, is that what's going on? Do you have multiple hearts to power this? I don't know. But gosh, I keep looking at this Beard Zerker thing, and that is my exact, level. I love the absurd. I've always loved the absurd. I am absurd. I've got my assistant Lydia, the undead secretary, right here. I know what I'm about. And this I'm torn because do you get it and preserve this beautiful page, or do you get it, preserve it, and then put it on the wall as the awesome art that it is? Because I guarantee anybody walking into your living room who sees that on the wall's gonna want to have a conversation with you. And that's, friends, that is what we need to be about, because that's why we go independent. Anybody can go down, I'm going to go down to Hobby Lobby and buy another print of another comic cover that's been done 56,000 million times, and the artist didn't make any money, but the business made $1 billion, whatever. Or you can get a piece of literal history, because comics are going digital. It's going to be progressively harder to find. Us paint and ink guys, hi, I'm one of them, are a dying breed, because it's having that undo button is basically extinguishing my existence over here. And even I fall for it. It's like, but I can undo the lines when I screw up. You won't be able, that human, guys, I really believe 20 years from now, you'll be hard pressed to find anything that's got a hand-drawn base like this.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are you getting a piece of history, a piece of independent comic history from a fairly well-known name, you're getting a piece of true Americana history, a piece of an art form that is falling away. And you're acting through this to preserve it. I love this layered positive feedback thing. See, that's when you know you're doing the right thing. I believe never do anything for just one reason. Okay? You always want at least 2 reasons. I'm hungry and it's tasty. Uh, with this, you're supporting Luke. Done. if you handed Luke $100 or his family $100, mail him cash, whatever, strap it to carrier pigeon. I don't care how you support him. Just the pigeon would be a neat trick. But chicken nugget delivery. Anyway, you're supporting them. You're supporting an author. You're spreading a word. You're buying and preserving history. You're preserving a dying art form. All this is cumulative good, and it acts like an exponent, more and more good from a single simple action of clicking, hey, I have some disposable income. I could take this and throw it at some, like Marvel or DC. Yeah, I'm dropping the big guy's name. Come at me, bro. Anyway, and instead of throwing it at them, who they don't need your money, folks, you're throwing it at people who do. So even if it was just baseline, I'm buying this because it's awesome, you'd be doing a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing a good thing for all these people in their darkest hour. You want to know when a candle shines brightest, when a little tiny light like yours truly does the most good? When I'm in the deepest, darkest pit I can find. So that's where you usually find me. Not much use in the daylight, but when the poop hits the fan and everything's bleak, that's when you can do the most good with the least. This right here and every other item on this thing is doing the most good. So I want to see that. And I am fascinated by Beardcircer. I've just become a fan of something. I had not heard about it. I knew nothing about it because, I'm broadcasting like 15 hours a week on an average week. Frog G in the house!
Why, hello.
G.
And
But-
how's everyone today?
Oh, we're
doing well.
Shut up
great.
for Frog G. I'll even mute myself. That's how important Frog G
We're
is.
But I
great.
mean, for this art piece, though, I mean, where else are you going to see Keanu, his beard smacking what looks like a
fly.
hornet, and just takes down a tree? It's ridiculous. It's fun. Original art. Yeah. And you know what? Nobody's bid on it yet. What?
Crazy.
For the
Great.
entire lot, it starts at $99.
Yeah, that's a steal right there. That is
Yeah,
a
get
heck
on
of a
that.
deal.
But
Hey, Frog
that's
G.
not an understatement here, Frog G, because you got what, 3 items?
4.
4.
4 bundles, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frog G is the most
And we're
giving
going to
hero.
start with the first one, dealing with the box and flowers. And these are specially made flowers, and that goes in a green box that you crafted yourself that has like the zodiac symbols on it and everything.
Yeah, those are resin boxes, useful for trinkets or dice. I didn't have any random bananas around. Nick does have a set of dice I made for him and a box that he's showing there. But yeah, it's resin dice, resin flowers, and I also threw in there a clear resin crystal pendant.
Oh, okay. And all of that starts at the low price of $20. And trust me, the material that he used and how it's probably crafted, you have to pay the man for his craftsmanship, because this is well crafted and it will cost you a lot more money in the long run. Oh, there it is.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, that is beautiful. And
Yeah,
hey,
you
Shay,
didn't blow yourself up where people can
Humphrey.
see it clearly. We want to see the big picture. There you go. Now show it.
You're muted, dearie.
No, it's okay for her to be muted. She's just doing her Diane
I'm
Pennis
doing like the Vanna White.
from the Price is Right. You know, her
Or
hot
Vanna
hand
White.
models, I
The
think.
Vanna White, yes.
The Vanna White without the wardrobe. But you see the zodiac signs here. It's lovely. And then inside, we have the flowers. So let me put this out here. And this was very well packaged. It will be packaged again very well and shipped out to the winning bidders. There are 4 items from Frog G. So that would be a very lovely
Crystal.
Christmas ornament.
Yeah, that would.
For your tree. And then we've got some flowers here. So there you go. And that all goes in the green box here. And this would be a lovely stocking stuffer, I think, 'tis the season, you guys. Start thinking
Yeah.
about your Christmas list. But if you don't want to put the flowers in there, you can use this for to hold other things, cufflinks, jewelry.
I mean,
We
Yeah,
I didn't say
weed.
that.
roll up some papers.
You can
whatever.
hold weed.
Minifigures for a tabletop
Minifigures.
RPG.
There you go.
Yeah.
The pegs for your cribbage board, whatever.
Oh, there you go.
Did I just age myself?
You
No,
really
not
did.
Or
No, not at all.
It's like I could think of several things that it could hold. It could hold pennies and coins, and it could
Yeah.
hold
And now from our
one of our
sponsor,
favorite
Pins.
things, dice.
And Vanna White wishes she has your hat. As
Very
a
true.
proud
It is a
lover
fine
of
hat.
brown and goggles, Vanna White right now is woken up sweaty in her bed in envy that some beautiful woman has this hat she'll never have. And I'm all for it. Also, hi, Red Valkyrie.
Yes.
Red Valkyrie is
Hi,
the best people on earth.
Hi, Red Valkyrie. Hi, Chance. I know we said hello to Chance. I know Meredith did.
Now
Yes.
there's another one. This is one of two that are coming in the bundle. All right.
Well,
So
that's the second one, right?
that's the second
Yep.
one, right? So
That's the second one where it says pair of boxes because there's
Yes.
Yeah.
there's
And
another.
I haven't unwrapped it. It's still in the
There it is.
paper, but I could.
Again, blow it up again because remember, if you want to show, people want a good view of it.
Yes.
So yes, blow yourself up where people can see it.
All right. Well, let me get the other one out because this is a twofer that will be there. Okay.
Thunder
So
after Lopan fell.
there we
Yes.
go. So we've got this one.
And that one has a little trick with it. If you charge it up in UV light, those little white lines will actually glow red.
Mm-hmm.
His glow in the dark stuff is amazing. What you got? Don't know.
And it comes with that, which
And-
also has the zodiac on it, so you can see
Symbols on
the details on that.
So that'd be really
And,
handy.
and
for
both of them together
practitioners
starts
who
at the low
Christmas.
price of $30.
Yep.
Yes,
Jeez, guys, come on, hop on this.
and
Spend your
again,
money.
perfect for stocking stuffers or for yourself. Treat yourself. There's a whole bunch of again. There's 44 items.
These are not going to hold themselves. You're going to need something to put them in.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
44 items up for auction this weekend, and there will be an opportunity for a second chance auction for those donors who give us the okay should their items and wares not sell this weekend. But we're hoping for a really good, last minute push on a lot of these things. So
Plus,
I will be wrapping these up a little bit better than I am right now. I'm
Okay,
just putting them back in the box.
Okay, what's the other one that you have there? Which one are you going to pull out next?
Oh, let's see. I've got the pendant box, which is
Inquiring minds want to
really
There we
one
go.
of my.
No one
One
bid
of
on
my
that.
favorite-
Yeah,
No one bid on
that,
this.
No one's bid on it yet.
no,
Oh, yes, they
yeah,
have.
but that
Oh, there you go.
Oh, somebody
So-
bid on it.
Hey,
no
Meredith,
one
you're
else
not
bid
sitting on
it.
your hands. You
There
can
you
sit
go.
on it.
if you're a steampunk fan, how can you not bid on that box?
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. See,
If you love
and
it,
then
should have
you've
put
got
gears on it. If you
Yeah.
love it, you should have put gears
And even
on it.
And
and,
it's
and
got
even those
pendants.
gears have little hearts on them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
see, look at that.
look
Yeah.
at that.
A little bit of love.
Yep.
A lot of love there.
Everything.
And
Show
that
some
also
love.
starts at the low price of $20. And I'm glad that Nita said that somebody bid it on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, technomancers out there, you need somewhere to put your laser pointer? Throw it with the gears, Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
Just don't point it up at the sky.
Yeah, don't do that.
And then we got one more.
And we've got
And
one
that's
more.
the
I
thing
did not
that-
take that
that's
out of the
thing
bubble
that-
wrap
that
yet.
Chris made mention here. She said, "Love the crystals, but I have to see. I see someone I see someone I like has
no,
a
ma'am.
highest."
duel for
No,
it.
ma'am,
We are
Trish. It's
cut
we're all
throat when
about
we're helping
smashing your
each other.
friends. Cutthroat, buddy. Cutthroat.
Cutthroat.
This is so
All of this
true.
goes to benefit
And,
lovers.
and that's the thing. Nita talks the truth because she gets cutthroat over Daphne Lay's stuff. She will
She
hold a
hunts a
knife to
person
my
down.
throat if I outbid her for original art for Daphne Lay.
Now, you
Well, you
guys,
should.
this is a treat. Okay, now I'm just gonna hold these up one by one because these are
Please do. 'cause, like,
gorgeous.
I'm lusting, and all I'm
Gorgeous.
Gonna give
You're
you is
not like
Oh,
my
they're bigger
lighting
than
is
I thought they were.
terrible.
Yeah,
But
it
look,
is.
that looks like like pearl. And you're really not seeing the detail. Like I get the privilege of taking a look at this. Look at this deep purple with flowers
Mm-hmm.
in it.
And that one is also UV reactive, so it will glow in the dark.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. So and then we've got this one here. Gorgeous. I mean, you're really not seeing the detail. Like I'm looking at these going, oh wow, I don't know if these are gonna leave my house. So
I'll say it's on shipping costs right there.
and then yeah, really.
Yes, yeah, there you go.
And then of course, and then there's more with the flowers inside.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. And then we've got one more here, which is like an aqua, glittery. And just to give you an idea of size, okay, I've been using my chapstick as a size comparison.
That's big. I mean, that's really
That
for
is
something
really
like that. That's awesome.
Yes.
And if you dabble in jewelry making at all, you can make such a statement piece out of one of those with a little bit of wire wrap that would just, again, I'm big on conversation starters, something like that. If you make a piece of jewelry out of something like that, especially the blacklight sensitive one, you find a way to hit it, everybody's going to want to know where you got it. Who are you cool enough to know? And you can say, why, Frog G, of course, because we were helping out Luke Stone. And that's awesome.
And there are little holes. There's a little hole in here so that you can put a thread or a thin piece of leather or something like that. I believe all of them have. Except for, no, even this one. Even this one.
Yeah.
Yes. So wearable if you wish.
And that started at the low price of $10, but we heard that somebody had already bid it on it, so we don't know.
Oh boy!
Right. Yes. Where is that? So if you really want it, it's fine. Place where bid.
Do I hit 20, 50, 25, 25, 25, 30, 30?
Right. There you go.
Come on, let's get it all going later.
You're gonna be the auction barker.
Hey, if you can handle a stuttering auctioneer, I'll make it.
See, I love this. Like, I definitely want to see this glowing.
We just gotta have you do the Jim Perry method. Talk about going once, going twice.
Yes, but perfect for stocking stuffers, you guys. Perfect for gift giving season. However it is that you celebrate and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool stuff for every budget that's out there. Seriously, we've got things that have run from.
Going on right now. There's some reason to buy something awesome for yourself. And see, if you buy all those crystals, you go, this one is my favorite. It stays with me. Oh, look, I'm so generous.
Here's one for you, and one for you,
and one for you. And you're out of luck because this is mine.
Right. And I like me better. So there.
Exactly.
Wow.
Get in the spirit. It's almost Black Friday. Get in the spirit of Black Friday.
That's right. That's right.
Yoink. Guys, this is good practice. Right now, think of this as training for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You want to hit this auction.
There's one greater than those two that gets overlooked each and every year.
What's that?
And that is Small Business Saturday.
No. That's not overlooked. Small Business Saturday is a religious experience. It is the divine ascension of capitalism upon us poor folks who are fighting the system. I will stand proud and strong against the import of the monopolies trying to crush the little man. Hail! Give me some money. Now,
yes,
now
exactly.
I'm telling you, we're going to put out good materials. We're going to sell brothers and sisters, lend me your ears and your income because we need to do some good here. And the little guys are starving, and it helps that I'm a little guy. Fat, but I'm horizontally gifted, but vertically challenged, so I still count as a little guy, folks. That's right. Us hobbits need love too. And you know who else needs love? Luke freaking Stone. So all of y'all are going to want to donate. You're going to give. And what I love is people are going, hey, it's too late. I think, given the cunning and power of Meredith and Nita, that if y'all come late to the party, I think we can throw more parties. I think we can keep this ball rolling if we need to help folks out. And if you ever need a barker, I might get my sales hat on. Folks, you have not seen what happens when I break out the power and glory of my patented con-only sales hat. the personality descends like an angel from above and said, spreading joy and glory and entertainment to you fine folks who are looking for something a little different, a little more entertaining, a little faster, and it's not on everybody else's shelf, not in everybody's pocket, because that's where you go to the independent creators like Joe D. McFee and our man Frog G, who is the patron saint, at least identified male, of gaming. Yes, sir, you got me riled up. I'm stepping down from
That's
being
the
a
one thing I
DM,
gotta
so I
say.
got to get the ball rolling.
That's the one thing I gotta say, Red Valkyrie. You're incorrect. This is him being calm. He's still calm. You have not seen him truly riled up.
My dear
You
friend
have to be
Jody,
around Brian K.
my dear
Morse to
friend
see
Jody,
him
I
riled
have
up.
to correct you there, sir. I have been the GM, DM, and all around merrymaker for for about 20 episodes of Red Valkyrie Presents Dice Dames and Dudes, and I even said it right. And this Wednesday will be my final performance in the DM seat, and we are dedicating that episode to Luke Stone, who started out the campaign with us, but due to illness couldn't make it. And like I said, I always come back around. If you haven't got your hands on one of these, get a hold of somebody who can, because this is great work. That's right. Show it. Show it like you know it.
And if you want to see a good quick play of the Hybrids game, Red Valkyrie also has a quick play show.
They were
so by all
foolish
means, go
enough
for
to
that.
let me come in, and then I stayed for 20 more episodes.
Yep.
But
well, we need the
Yeah,
link so that
somebody
we
share
can share
that
that
in the
out.
link. Yes, share
Yes,
the link.
Red Valkyrie, we're reaching out to Miss Shay. Shay, if you're in the building, can you please send a link?
Do it. But we've got a bid on the crystals. They will be mine, and the gearbox. They will be
Roll the
Nita's,
elbows.
perhaps.
Now-
It's okay to be cutthroat, you guys. You can bid against us.
Not me.
It
Just
won't break.
Meredith.
No,
No,
Nita's cutthroat. She is.
Now, Red Valkyrie, you really want to see him truly riled up? Guess who we saved for last?
Oh, no.
Guess who lost we saved for last? And he about to have a tear in his eye.
Uh-oh.
The last set of items up for this auction comes from our favorite person that we always have to show love to because she's always giving love to everybody else. The one, the only, Cindy Kep.
Cindy Kep. Yeah.
Cindy. Author, and crafter,
and comedian,
and comic book creator,
and martial artist. She doesn't.
Yeah, martial artist.
She is.
Holy crap! I didn't know that about her.
You learn something.
Well, if you follow
day.
the Historical Fencing Guild and join the Historical Fencing Guild public group on Facebook, you'd actually get to see the videos of her progress. Because I believe martial arts are for everyone, and she's been able to embrace with a bit of nudging several forms of fan. It is this woman is a powerhouse. Like I live in fear of the day that she and Frog G enter the same room because that much awesome could destroy the world. So, so folks, yes. What do we got? Come on, chop.
Okay,
I'm not
so
that interested.
we got
Pictures of Spider-Man.
count 6 different items up for bid. 6, starting with the Warrior Origami fan. You have to have this fan. It's done at origami and it's a Warrior fan, but we all know about the Oriental origami fans and everything, especially back in that time. The higher ups, the more that had clout and everything, they just use it. They appear to always laugh and jest to be like, "Oh, surely you jest that we're going to take over this nation." Am I right or am I right?
Now, do you remember that I mentioned that she is a martial artist trained in fan forms? Mm-hmm. The Amaguri fan is actually based on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the Warriors of Kyoshi. So this is a martial arts representative. I believe in sword simulating objects. If you can't have a sword where you are, you have something to train with. Something like this. I have many. But with one of these, not only can it function as a fan and keep you cool, but you can actually train in martial arts methodologies and learn body mechanics to make even something as cute and silly as this go. So it's a wonderful, safe, expressive, and a bit of fandom layered onto, again, helping Luke Stone. And $5, if you can pass up a freaking Subway footlong or a McHeart Attack meal, you can get yourself something you can talk about for the rest of your life. This is quality. This is hand done. The amount of hours and precision it takes to hand knit. This is all made out of string, folks. These are three-dimensional objects made out of not work. Like, I had to take my braces off to do the show because I knew I would be gesturing too much and I'd brain myself with the new braces. But this, I've seen her do it. This is sorcery. And you can own it for $5. $5. Please look into that. What else we got? Oh, we got the mace. Scroll down. The mace is even more awesome.
Yes, I'm about to say we about to get the club. Get the
I'm
club
all
with a
for it.
mace.
I
Stay
just
back,
bid on
I
that.
have mace.
I just bid on that, and would it be terrible to give that to my 1-year-old granddaughter?
No,
No.
I don't believe it's got anything too hard in it. I believe it's soft. I would check.
Yes.
But
yes.
I've known many a small child who've had similar items to get them inoculated into the comfort of martial arts weapons are good for everybody.
There
This
you
is called
go.
indoctrination.
Indoctrination. 1 year old, you
and
get a
once-
mace there, girl. Whack
yes,
away.
then-
and you're going around with them, waving it around and everything, and swinging and getting used to wrist movements and everything, which I have to get used to doing if I ever get back into sabers.
Well, right now she's just barely able to walk, but you know,
Well,
it's never too early to
her
start,
first
right?
words could be "Stay back, I have mace." And when they're expecting a chemical, it is a smite from God.
Well,
Folks,
I mean, for my poor daughter-in-law, she still hasn't said "mama" yet. So, if Mace comes out of her mouth, first, she might
That would
have a
be
problem
best
with
of a
me.
fight.
That would be a fight.
Oh God!
Mace.
If her first, tell you what, if her first word is mace, I'll send you a file of my fighting books. I would just like send you the PDFs of whatever I have on hand for that young child. And I will tell you this: I have seen, because I frequent Western martial arts convention type things and LARP cons. Put a 0 on the end of it, and that's what you would find for one of these hanging from a shack. I'm not even kidding. I've seen these anywhere from 60 to $100, and that's moderate. That she's putting it out there and saying, "You guys start here at 10 plus shipping." Just good God, how cool is that? Hang that in your living room. Again, why be mundane when you can have a mace? You know? Of course, you might have to beat Meredith with it, but that's okay. That's what maces are for. They're for beating.
Hey, I might like it. I don't know.
and for the low price of
Abuse
$10,
me, please.
which again, Meredith says somebody bidded on it.
That's what she
won't
said.
We cool.
Get something cool in your hand.
Exactly. Now, I do have to preface the next one here. It's not a stuffed animal. This is a Cindy Kep unicorn stuffed critter. Critter is on a higher level than an animal. It's way higher.
It's transcended.
Exactly.
That is every animal aspires to be identified as a critter.
As a critter.
Because critters are amazing and rare and powerful. Critters are like wild nature brought into your door in an adorable little fluffy package. So fluffy. Look at it. Look at it. You have to have some small child who desperately wants that. And that small child might be in their 40s, and that's okay, folks. Get the fluffy goodness into your... She made my manatee. I would show my manatee, except every time I try to, my son steals my manatee. So these are really amazing work. And just, what else? I want to know what else is on this list.
And that's for the low price of $15. And trust me, if you get it for somebody, they're going to be like, it's so fluffy, just like in the movies.
Yeah, well, and again, you can't get a cheap plushie made in freaking China by Sweatshop for $15 at Wally World. I mean, I hate to say it, but there's some real obvious tangible value here, people.
Look, I'd also like
And
to state for
then,
this one, I have it on good authority that
uh-huh.
that particular unicorn stuffed critter is a great deterrent for bad dreams. It will, in fact, stop 9 out of 10 bad dreams. If you have a bad dream while sleeping with this uniform stuffed critter, rest assured that 9 of them did not get to you.
Absolutely.
I'd say jump on that one right now.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, here's the tour de force for anybody that's in the game.
Oh,
We got a set of 6 dice. We got a
I
full
want to see you do
Yahtzee
character
set.
creation with these. Whip them across the room and make your characters with that.
Mm-hmm.
They will never accuse you of not being random. And if there's one thing I've been accused of, it's being random. But, and again, $15. You guys couldn't find a plush. 6-sider runs about 8 or 10 at Spencer's. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am the geek who knows this. Look at this.
$15 for the full set of 6. And you get one that's in green, one is in turquoise, one is in purple, one is in red, one is in yellow, and one is in blue.
It's so cool. Like, some people have those weird bowls of little wooden balls because they look like I need something that isn't junk on my table. You can have a bowl of plushy dice that you can punt at people who annoy you. This is just...
I can see it now. I can see it now, Nick. It's like even or odd. What do you mean even or odd? Even or odd. Pow! They see the number 3 on their forehead after they get hit with it.
Getting hit with fluffy dice like that would definitely be odd.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Red Valkyrie and Frog G know what's coming next. So here's what happened. You take 1d6 damage. Punt! You know? That
spice up the tabletop game.
Exactly. Somewhere there's a DM who desperately needs to punt their players with 6-sided. And look, you grab 3 of them, you yell fireball, and life gets beautiful. So really, $15 for 6 of them? Come on.
And for those who have carpal tunnel, we got a crochet wristband.
That's so pretty.
That is gorgeous. Hi, I'm not wearing my big full arm braces because, as I said, I beat the wall. But look at that. I mean, like, I want to be my usual tongue-in-cheek, overexcited self. But just look how beautiful. Like, Sydney will do that. This is cute. And then you're like, geez, I'm going to drop a masterpiece while nobody's looking. And again,
only $10.
Mm-hmm.
Only $10.
How can you not? Oh, guys.
And then the last thing.
This one is adorable.
We got
I love this.
Dragon. A dragon.
I want to tell you.
Onigurumi dragon.
It's so fluffy.
Oh, it's so fluffy. As a D&D player, I can tell you that is perfectly scaled to make your next encounter gorgeous. That is about an adult, a huge dragon for your standard D&D scale. So you can set your players up, set this down, and they'll go, oh, it's so cute. And then he can cutely eat their faces. Friends. If you watched my gaming cabinet, you know that the Hello Kitty Grimoire, the Coral Kitty Codex,
yes,
this is an elemental force in the world, and something like that devouring. How can your players complain? Yes, you died. To the most adorable, like you died of adorable. You just squeezed to death. How this is what stories are for.
Squeezed to death. Oh my god.
You know, like if you gotta go, death by adorable.
Hey, you have to squee again for me.
You know, I mean, like you're just sitting here as a big tough adventure. Hello. Oh my god, it's so cute. You know, and folks,
can you see it? Can you see it, Nick? In the middle of the game, you sit it down. It's like, it's so cute. My character goes up to touch it.
I feel
I
like I
will
need to
tell
bid on
you
it to
from my
protect his
experience with
innocence.
the Draco Duck, killing people with cute. This is the Draco Duck. All fear the Draco Duck. Killing people with cute is the best DM death you can have, and being able to kill them with this beautiful dragon crafted by a martial artist and an author, the creator of all that Animal Eye amazing stuff.
Mhm.
Do you feel the depth of that story? That's what there's a shit saying in groups I've been in called "No shit, there I was." Pardon my French, but no shit, there I was. My dude comes in the room, and then they take a picture because they're gonna. If you put this on a table, I guarantee every phone is coming out, and they are taking pictures of their, earth-shatteringly detailed minis being delightfully destroyed by this awesome avatar of adorability. And if adorability isn't a word like shenaniganry, it should be, and I will use it till it is. So please, folks, take advantage of Cindy Kep's incredible creativity and generosity. Throw some money at this little dude and then kill
Exactly.
your friends safely and delightfully from somebody who specializes in
Starting at the low price of $15.
$15.
And that's
Now,
a deal at
Nick,
twice the price.
Nick, how many brackets we have crafted over the last month, and how people have been just asking her left and right and right and left to craft these things.
Like if she sets them up, every time she sets anything like this up on the booth, they're gone usually before the show starts because the other con people are like, wait, no, I'm buying. No, mine. They like the public doesn't get them because everybody else takes their, well, I got to spend some money on another booth. It's a law. It's part of being a presenter,
Yeah.
You put up your booth, you buy something from somebody else. It's good for the environment. It's karma. Those things just pew. I mean, she should call them skid marks because they just there's a little dust of yarn on the ground. No one ever sees them. That is a certifiable cryptid. An Amaguri dragon by Cindy Kep is a cryptid because they're talked about, but no one gets good footage because they just go. So
and Cindy Kep, if you're listening, skid marks, make sure you trademark that. So says Nick.
You have to be careful because
yes,
egomaniacs got trademarked here. You have to hear the story about egomaniacs.
Egomaniacs.
That got trademarked here.
Look, the dude is on a cover. All right, I am an egomaniac.
I have loved her art since I was in high school and getting punched for loving her art. So it is so cool, and that's the power of the organization that this group represents. People like that, people like my goofy self in my Dungeon of Doom, get to interact with people like that and see stuff like what Cindy Kemp is offering to help somebody like Luke Stone. Seriously, I feel like a hobbit at Rivendell every single time I get on one of these streams. Don't let my excess of personality fool y'all. And you guys, everyone watching this has a shot. Not only at that, because remember, every one of these things gives you a shot at what Travis Gibbs is going to be giving away. So there's all this added bonus material coming. You're helping people, you're buying stuff, you're getting awesome, they're getting awesome, everybody's getting an awesome story, and you get a chance for what? More awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want. It's a contagion of awesomeness. And that is the pandemic I'm about spreading here, folks. Like, that's how we're going to save, the spirits of us all, is to just let this wildfire just burn and do that cool, groovy, whatever floats your boat bit and get this stuff.
And time is running out.
Because we only have half an hour.
We're almost like 30 minutes away from that cutoff point of 11 p.m.
T-minus 30 minutes from if you can't
get it.
I mean, we have time. We can pull up a couple more auctions, things that haven't given some love. I know George Medina's auction pieces up there. Let me find it. What did I do? Whee! And again, you guys can go to RAGINAVC.com. It goes directly to the Luke Stone and Family Art and Swag Bag Benefit Auction. You can click the auction items button. It'll take you there. If you are not interested in bidding on any of the items, but interested in a direct donation, you have the link or the QR code to Beth's Cash App. It goes directly to her, doesn't touch us at all. And there's also a GoFundMe, which is legit. We made sure that we double check that.
It's been multiple vetted, because
yes.
And
You know
if you fucking hate Facebook, you can also send us a Gmail and place your max bid, and we will continue to up you $5 on everybody until we've reached your maximum.
There is that, because we do have people who are like, screw Facebook.
Well,
I'm like, screw Facebook. But Meredith won't let me.
Before we go to George's, I want to do this.
Yes.
Because you're donating it here, Meredith. I want people to feel the true power of what Luke does. And up here we have, for starting bid of $25, the very first 5 issues of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. You can get Luke's work right here, right now. Starting bid at $25.
There's something very
and that includes
special
Serafina.
in that too. Because I know I'm jumping the gun a bit, but the Starcross imprint is gone. So this is if you really are looking to get, because like I said, Luke Stone has the potential to be the next Stan Lee. I really believe it. That's going to be one of those ultra rare collector things that nobody has. So really, for the completionists out there, and let's be honest, comic book fans, I feel you. You know it's there. Snag that. I'll return your problem.
It is a collectible, so you get the 5 from the Starcross with the Starcross logo. And I didn't realize that they were gone, Nick.
Yeah, because all the imprints are going, one thing's are going to different directions. Because he's not in Starcross and he's not in other companies. So there's tragically, we were about a week from some major things before Luke went down. And I'm still not permitted to talk about what might have been. We'll put it that way, because it still might be, and I will not jinx awesomeness.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
But let's just say, yeah.
So yes, you can get the 5 books, which is the first story arc of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. You can get Serafina as well. It's got the Starcross sampler there, and it's going to have the stickers and things, everything that went with that original Kickstarter. So that is from my private collection. And honestly, I put that up there because I have 2. I have 2 full. Actually, I think I have 3 full sets. So I don't feel so bad. And then I also have my book, which is up for auction with a start bid of $10. And then you can get these are numbered and signed. These are the Kickstarter exclusives. So it's got some inks. Well, no, it's got the pencils. Here, let me put this up.
You have to put yourself big for people to see.
There you go. It's got the pencils of the horror that I'm working on called The Dying, and you get to see the prose in this book. So you get an 8-page preview of the pencils by Antonio Brandão. So I have 2 of those books up for auction as well, and we've also got. Another thing that is well within a lot of people's budget is Fox Spat.
Ooh.
Here's the puzzle. It's a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. And this is by creator Mark Rienzo. He is a comic book creator, but he created this game called Bad Guy Nonsense, and this was part of his crowdfund as well. It's sealed. So no missing pieces. And if there are missing pieces, it's not my fault. So just letting you know. But there you go. Bad Guy Nonsense, 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. That is the image. So if you are into jigsaw puzzles. This would be a great gift for somebody who loves jigsaw puzzles. I personally do, and I'm parting with that. That is part of my
And
personal
that
collection
starts
as
at
well.
$10.
Yes.
And we got what? Infantile Chronicles double-sided poster.
Yes, I'm not going to take that out of the tube here, but this is already in the tube.
Can you make the image bigger on the middle screen then?
It is a let me see.
No, I don't have that option here. Maybe they have a maybe they have an actual.
So you're gonna. It's two-sided and it's a huge poster. It's like movie size. It's movie size.
Starting
so
at
it's
$5.
really, really cool. Starting at $5.
Now we have to give our boy George Medina some love. Because again, why? Because we love Catch the Craze podcast.
Catch the Craze.
And he donated a comic bundle gift box featuring his work with Russ 5377. Does he call it 5377? I call it 5377.
5377. Mm-hmm.
Plus the bookmark that comes along with that 6-book set. And then get your meds from the Catch the Craze podcast segment sticker. Plus the Adventures of Wonder Duck, the graphic novel. All for the low price of $50.
Yes. And shipping is included, you guys. He is willing to ship that worldwide.
Am I the only one? Because I watch a lot of these different things pop up on Kickstarter and stuff. You know, I've seen a lot of these things in different. I'm consistently seeing them coming up for half or a quarter what they showed up, you know, what kickstarting or something. So this is really, it's not just a second chance. It's just a steal. And I'm staggered that people aren't just, you know, eating these things up like Pac-Man, you know, because this is just the raw amount of content for money. When you just start looking at the items and breaking it down, you know, you got any of that's not
the 6-issue set by itself is a $40 value by itself.
Easy.
Now add the graphic novel in there. And by the way, George is planning on doing a crowdfund for the Adventures of Wonder Duck in January 2022. So make sure, like if you scroll down a little bit, Joe, more about George Medina. Guys, all of these auction pages have a little bio. It's got their social media links. Give them a follow, see what they're about. This was our way of saying thank you to the people who have donated, to give them a little bit of love. And these pages will remain up on our website. So if anything should be updated and things like that, we'll up the date so that it shows up. Any kind of auction in the future, you know, we can just update the site. But these pages, consider it kind of like a landing page for these guys as a special thank you. Those backlinks are everything when you're trying to grow your network. So please get over here, don't just check out the auction, scroll down a little bit, learn a bit about the creators and the donors of these things, and follow them on their social media.
For sure. We had a bunch of interesting people donate.
And to make things worse, we're less than 23 minutes away from the end of the auction itself.
Yes.
Time is of the essence.
And again, we are, we'll be reaching out to the people who donated. If it didn't sell this round, we're going to ask permission first to see if it's okay to put it up for a second chance opportunity. And that will be on eBay.
Yes.
And hopefully reaching a broader audience. Quite honestly, we probably would have gone the eBay way had we had a little bit more time. And Nita and I were both sick. So, I mean, just putting together the website and then getting it over onto Little Bastard promos was a lot of work. And normally something that we could hammer out within a day or two, but it just felt like forever.
Not when your partners half did.
Yeah. Well, I had that moment where, and this isn't this isn't an excuse necessarily, but I basically had a coughing fit. I put myself on mute. I held up a finger, and Nita didn't see me for 3 days.
That was it was so insane. Oh my god. I was like, I'm sending her messages like, dude, are you alive?
Yeah.
Hey there, little guy, you okay? You coming back? Like
she was getting ready to hunt down my husband to see if I was still alive. She wanted proof of life.
I did.
So yeah.
Well, folks,
but again,
I didn't
all of
plan
these
to be here, so I'm going to have to excuse myself due to
Yes,
some.
Nick.
I need to take some meds for the evening,
Okay.
and it makes me drowsy. So thank you so much for inviting me. I don't know if my prattling has been of any help.
No,
I
you
hope
have
it has.
Absolutely, it has.
And please support Luke in everything. Yell at me. Sorry, my alarms are yelling at me to because I always forget some stuff. So thank you guys, thank you all, and everyone who just even watches this. Thank you for thinking positively and supporting Luke Stone and support. This is what communities are supposed to be. So I bid you good night. You guys have a wonderful evening. Okay.
Have a
Thank
great
you,
night.
Nick.
All right, have a good
Later, Nick.
Nick.
And then there was Frog G.
Yes.
Yeah, there was me.
Yes.
Now, Frog G, what do you do when you're not hanging out in other people's live streams?
I co-host the Monday Morning Inner One on High Desert Comics. So that'll be coming up tonight at midnight, 11 o'clock Pacific's time, midnight Michael T's time. Other than that, I'm in a lot of other streams, being
1 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, if I'm correct.
I believe you're correct on that.
Mm-hmm.
I also do a lot of, like I said, hopping around in other various streams, providing links for creators, and also do work with resin and woodwork, as you guys can see from the auction items I put up there. And for the Red Valkyrie Dice Dames and Dudes, everyone that is on that one has a set of dice I made for their characters. So that was a fun project right there.
Yep.
And we've got the YouTube link here. That is in the chat in YouTube. So get over there and hit the subscribe button and check them out. Dice Dames and Dudes. Tell us a little bit more about that. I'm kind of curious.
That is let's see, Nick Tockert is the game master on that one. That is Shay the Red as Bryn, Susselberg Valkyrie as Dis, Luke Aglietta, Death Metal Hero, as their Barbarian, and Woodrow as their Cleric. Just running a campaign in, I forget the exact setting, but it's one of Nick's settings. And he is going to be making that into a campaign book for sale, I believe, sometime soon. He has also pulled some of the chat from that particular one into the book, so there will actually be a Frog G character as a NPC in that particular one. I was tickled when that happened. So it's been a pretty entertaining stream to watch for D&D streams. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it.
What can we look forward from you in 2022?
2022 will have Operation Wrench. This is a book by Jason Bascom, colored by Inkspots. This actually started out as a tier on the Absolute Book 2 campaign, where you could get a custom character card made, and it does have like D&D stats on the back. I got one of those, and it turned out so well that there was actually demand for a book to be made. So I got together with Jason and Inkspots, and we decided, we're going to go ahead and make this as an actual comic book. It's a one-shot comic book coming out next year, and I'll have more information later, but right now all I've got is a teaser trailer, and that is linked on the top of my Twitter.
Very cool.
Nice.
And again, if you guys go to the Frog G landing page, you will see the links to follow them. Make sure that you do that. And so we had an earlier show where we had a live inking by Rich Parada, and he did Catwoman before our very eyes. And we were hanging out with Mike Jimmy, who has Life on Korra, which is also a set of comic books, which is oversized bundle with variant covers, and plus he's got original art as well. We had Daphne Lage, who was presenting the Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, first issue, Mary Bellamy edition.
Mhm.
So it is the
The last
last
set.
full set, and you don't just get the comic book. She never just sends the comic
Oh
books.
no,
You're going to
Daphne
get
always gives the swag.
you're going to get stickers and bookmarks and all kinds of other things.
Magnets, maybe.
Perhaps, and of course, Nita, do you have your Egomaniac sticker nearby?
I do.
You too can be an egomaniac. So bid on the book. J.D. Calderon also has the Oswald Chronicles. So he's got his the Oswald Chronicles issues 1 through 8, plus trading card set for a start bid of 40, which is like
Yes,
crazy cheap.
Yes,
And
that's the new one.
And
Yep.
then you can also get the T-shirt and the enamel pin, which I have here. Again, a really good size pin. And that, again, is a start bid of 40. So, there 44 items, you guys, and more people who are showing interest in possibly being in the second chance auction. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing to me, and I'm really grateful for everybody who took the time to put forth their content, their art.
And thank you for allowing me to guest host this whole thing.
Yes, you did a great job, Joe D. So what are people? What can we expect from you in 2022?
For one, the AWF Primetime Saturday Night Role Playing Game will be launching in 2022. Amazonia issue number 7 is 2022. As soon as we finish getting it colored, we're just waiting for the colors to finish up on the 24 pages. It would be launched in 2022. You could look forward to what I was sketching on, if you don't mind, if I could show it real quick.
Absolutely.
And this is like one of my personal sketchbooks here. Because I have to take back the artist aspect of it, the actual AWF series, issue 5, is going to be out in 2022. So since I'd have to take back over the art, I had to relearn how to do like the main character. So I've been like sketching out a lot of the headshots of the characters that's going to be involved in issue number 5.
Oh boy.
So, since I have to take the stuff back over and the artwork is a little bit different, I have to get reaccustomed and reacclimated to it. So that's why I've been like sketching and doing all the stuff beforehand. So you're going to have that in 2022, as well as Primetime Saturday Night number 4, which is the start of a brand new story arc in 2022. So it's a lot of work to be done in 2022. That's the reason why I like the pandemic. I got work done.
Yes. And I am still looking at the calendar shocked. It's like sticker shot going, what do you mean it's November's almost over? Like, what do you mean this year is almost over? I don't know about you guys, but it went by really, really fast for me.
Yeah, very, very fast.
Ridiculously so. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like Thursday's Thanksgiving? That's crazy talk. And so with 2022 around the corner, we're also going to be very busy between, developing our interview show as well as our services and things like that. And perhaps doing more events like this. We want to be talking to Russell Allen also for Comics for Kids. I've got a really cool thing that Nita and I.
Okay.
Well, Nita and I, we had basically walked miles and miles at MegaCon Orlando, and basically, like Nita, who was like, I can't approach them. She basically took this thing and was going over to tables, and we were like, hey, you want to get in on something cool? and we got some like crazy
big
things.
names too. Holy shit! Like people I would have
ridiculous.
never thought. I thought would laugh me away when I approached them asking for a donated
They're like, get out of here,
autograph.
Flea.
I thought they
Get
were gonna
out
be
of
like,
here.
and I'm talking fucking illustrations on it, everything from some really big names. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
But we have not done an
My
official
balls
reveal
came
on
out
that.
at MegaCon. I'm like, what they gonna do? Tell me no? Fucking, I felt them fuckers dragging the floor. I was just walking up to everybody.
There was one point where like it was really crowded the one day, and I could feel her hand in my back pocket so we wouldn't get separated. And then before I knew it, she's running around, to all of these creators and stuff like that. It's like, hey, you want to get in on something cool? And I was just like, where'd Nita go? She was like, gone. So yeah, I think when we do MegaCon 23, we'll probably have one of those bike flags so we can find each other just in case we get separated.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so
we can cosplay a unicorn. I'll be your ass.
But speaking of Russ Allen, we're going to be talking to him tomorrow on a RAGIN with. I don't want to hurt you guys because you guys are both still recovering because you were planning on doing the Toe of Satan.
If Russ is game, I'm game. I feel better. Like I feel a lot better.
I'm telling you, if you guys can wait until I'm well, and give us some time, I will do it with you.
No, you won't. You lying. No,
I would. My word is my bond, man. I would do the Toe of Satan. Don't be frightened. I went off into my happy place. I had an out of body experience.
Me, Meredith.
I really did. I had an out of body experience with this thing, and it was just like I'm sitting there and I'm chewing on it and I'm twirling the Toe of Satan, guys.
Chewed on that fucker.
The Carolina Reaper extract in this freaking lollipop.
It was like over 2 million Scoville units or something. And like,
it was
my
ridiculous.
god! Speaking of Luke Stone was the one who decided to be a good idea to have a timer where we could see it instead of just.
That was the Reaper challenge.
This mother, no, that was the fucking Toe of Satan.
Oh, was it?
Luke pulls out his
that's
damn
right.
phone and sets a timer where you can see it. And then all of a sudden, as soon as Luke pulled out his phone with the timer, every second felt like eternity. It was like I was dying. Like my face was fucking melting. I wanted to cry. It felt like acid going down my throat, and it was just like everything. I could hear it.
Yeah, you had the devil makeup, which was melting off my face.
You couldn't hear it. You just see the timer, but I was hearing it. It was like, jeez, man.
Yeah, I don't know if my eyes rolled into the back of my head and you only saw the whites or something like that. But I went to a happy place.
She went to that deep level of meditation only people of your wait, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I love my Eastern.
I did. I went to this well of happiness. Nita's gone. I went to this well of happiness. My eyes must have rolled back into my head. I had an out-of-body experience. And then I realized afterwards that I didn't take any selfies with the damn thing.
So she put it back in her mouth.
I did. I popped the thing back into my mouth. I took a couple of pictures. I was smiling and everything. And it was miserable. Don't get me wrong. I don't recommend it.
The Avatar state.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm already hurt. Don't kick me while I'm down. But if I'm well, I would do it with you guys. If you can wait for me. I don't know. What do you think, Nita? I'm gonna have to order one of those damn things on purpose. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? But yeah, so Russell Allen, talking with him. What kind of reaction was that?
Apparently, my 11-year-old has a drinking problem.
Oh boy. So we'll be talking with Russell Allen tomorrow evening at is it 8 or 9, Nita?
8 Eastern.
Okay, so 8 Eastern, and then we'll be talking to him about doing something for Comics for Kids.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be thrilled when he finds out what we got for them.
Oh boy, he gets a sneak peek, but he's the only one. You guys, we've kind of alluded
to it. NDA first. He gets an NDA first. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
He gets an NDA first. Oh, y'all,
we are terrible teasers. Terrible teasers.
Like, oh damn.
Yeah. And just to let everybody know, it's now officially T-minus 7 minutes. Less than 7 minutes left in the auction. So
get over there, get your bids in. We will be, when we are done with the stream, we're going to be going into the Little Bastard Promos Facebook group and closing comments
Email.
so that nobody can, so nobody else can bid. We'll be double
Well, there's
checking our
timestamp.
emails. Yeah. We'll be double checking the emails for anybody who's like, screw Facebook.
And I'll notify winners tomorrow, and we'll do
Yes.
the announcement on Wednesday.
We'll be doing the announcement on
And
Wednesday.
we'll-
Plus, we'll have the update on the website. So
Right.
we'll also have an idea of what's on the
Going on,
list that's
yeah.
going to the second chance auction that will be on eBay.
Which will have
Definitely.
even more stuff than you're seeing tonight.
Yes, because
we
people are
already have
approaching us.
People approaching us with more stuff. So
Yes. So very cool, very cool.
and we'll
And
be
we
better
appreciate everybody.
organized. I think eBay was the way we should have went, but yeah, it will definitely be better.
We just
organized.
ran out of time. I mean, it was
Right.
just like, I was basically spending an hour or two at my desk and then a 3-hour nap, and that was my work day. So very hard to get stuff done when you're feeling like crap. But it was like the walking boo-boo. Joe, you've been through that, right? I mean, you throw out your back, you throw out your shoulder, all of a sudden your knees don't work the way you want them to, and it's just like
And the hubby breaks out the Aspercream, and you're like, yes, foreplay.
yeah.
There he is, Joe.
I'm like, I kind of miss that minty old flavor, It's just like, why
She
don't
could
I-
get
I
away with
don't
that
smell
one.
it.
She could get away with that one because she's not calling herself old.
I am.
You're not.
I embrace it. It's okay.
No. If you embrace old at your age, and I'm only 4 years younger than you, I'm not embracing
No,
that. No.
It's coming from this place of, like the longevity of my family. Okay. So the family tree is usually dead before 60, or we live until we're in our late 80s. So I've got a 50-50 chance here, folks. Okay. I might have like 9 years left on this planet, or I could be here forever. So we'll
Meredith's
see.
going to end up going for 120.
Oh God, no. No,
Yes,
please.
Yes, you have to outlive me. I would die without you. I'll be so lost.
Oh my God.
I need you, Thelma.
I don't know if I want to see triple digits, guys. For real. Not
Well,
with the
we
way
could-
I feel right now.
Well, I was going to say we could see some triple digits in the auction. Let's get to bidding.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
bring
very
'em.
short time left.
There
Less
are
than
actually a couple
4
triple digits
minutes.
out there.
We're at the
Like,
4-minute mark.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We do
One
have a
more
few
minute.
people who have bid, and I know for sure we're in the triple digits
Oh
here.
yeah.
So yeah, the more the merrier. And again, you guys, if you
That's
see
what
somebody
she said.
bidding, don't worry about it. Be cutthroat. It's all about raising funds for the auction and sending that to Luke and his family. So
Unless I bid
really,
on it.
don't worry about bidding against us, because you can be counterbid as well. Don't worry about it. You're not hurting anybody's feelings. It's for a good cause.
And that's
And,
the good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we've got about 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Joe
Three
D,
minutes.
any?
Three.
All right, well, you are our guest host.
Both going based upon how long we've been live, but the actual clock is saying 3.
Aha.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Well, sing us
So-
a song. Really?
Who?
JD, the host.
What?
Or Frog G. He's got the
Jody.
nice. He's got the nice vocals there.
Yeah, but not the singing.
Not for
That's-
singing.
Yeah, that's
Singing
not
what?
the thing I do.
He'd be a good storyteller.
Oh yes. Yes, definitely.
All
We're
right.
down to 2.
2
2
minutes.
minutes.
All right.
2
So
minutes.
how are we gonna close out the show here?
Later,
Well-
bitches. Thank you very much.
Dee's
Later,
like,
bye.
"Get it
I
down.
gotta go take
Cut.
a nap.
Cut. She's going full executive director. Cut. Get me off of here. But no, we have to thank everybody first for those who have showed up and commented. All the guests that we had on, especially for this show, we have to thank Frog.
Everybody who's been sharing the
everybody
crap out of
who
it.
shared, everybody who came through to get you to
Right.
give testimonials, to give extra stuff, to give some love and everything to that magnitude. Once again, I have to thank Meredith and Nita to allow me to be the guest host to kind of ease things for them, because
You did.
they've been through a lot of stuff. They weren't 100% here. Even going back to the original plan, which was last week, we were supposed to do all this stuff for some of it on my show last week. It's like I only had so many items that I was supposed to be responsible for, and it turned out we covered over half, way over half in this one, and gave the right positivity and the right shine on why we're here, which is Luke. So with that being said, we are less than 1 minute away. So pretty much consider this your last warning before the clock hits 11, and we're going to be out of here at this point. Thank you so much for coming and participating. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Stone family thanks you from the bottom of their hearts. And we'll, I guess, Nita and Meredith will see you guys tomorrow. I will see you guys next Saturday on my show. And yes, we're doing a after Thanksgiving show for Small Business Saturday. If we keep our fingers crossed, we will probably have Arthur Belfield on. If not, we're going to try to sell some items while on my show. So we're going to have, kind of like a sale there, probably do it for like 30 minutes and talk about some other stuff. But whatever comes, it happens. As I always say on my show, live life, grow, and be well. And Nita, you want to do the honors? And it's over with. Auction is over with. It's closed. Thank you so much.
Ding, ding, ding.
And if you want to do the honors, Nita, like you normally do for your show.
Oh, you gonna hit it?
Well, I'll put the card up.
Let me do it. You have to say final words. I get confused.
See, I'm a guest here. I wouldn't know. Okay, final words, Nita.
Throw my dudes.
We're out here, you guys. Thank you so much. Get over there before we close out the comments. This is your last opportunity. We're out of here, you guys. Make sure that you follow everybody on the social media. We've got the links on the show notes for many. Go over to RAGIN AVC, and definitely thank you to Joe D. McFee. Get over to his YouTube channel, subscribe. No reason why he can't be at 500 followers right now. Joe D, let's get that going, huh?
Oh yeah, I gotta start promoting a lot more.
There we go.
If I get to 500, that means I can start pulling out some bigger guns. And when I talk about bigger guns, I talk about more high-profile interviews.
There you go.
And I don't call it favorites for no apparent reason.
We totally stomped on Nita's final words. So
I don't care. I go. Yeah.
We're gonna throw
She's off camera. She's happy. She's off camera. She's happy.
I'm irrelevant.
We're slicking out of here. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. This has been our RAGIN with special edition benefit art auction and swag bag for Luke Stone and his family. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. We're out. Hey there. This is Meredith Loughran with RAGIN. And I wanted to let you know that we encourage and promote independent creators and their projects through organic interaction, consultations, and more. Visit Nita and me at RAGINAVC.com for details and contact information. Hit the button.